and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. And by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Now, welcome to Hawkeye Wrestling.
Friday evening, MediaCom mat is rolled out inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. We get ready for Big Ten action as the Hawkeyes welcome in the Illinois Fighting Illini. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside back inside Carver, and looking forward to some exciting Big Ten action this weekend. Mark, coming off of the Soldier Salute victory and, heading, like we've always said, that New Year, Christmas holiday, you get that tournament, whether it's the Soldier Salute, Midlands, whatever. It's kind of that turning point, and now it feels like you're on the home swing of the regular season. Still a lot of wrestling left to be had, but it's going to come fast and furious. These guys are going to have to be ready to go each and every time they step out on this mat.
This is a fun time of the season. I mean, obviously, besides the postseason, of course, once you get to the Big Tens and Nationals. But, this time of year, you get into the Big Ten conference season, and every week you go, you usually have a home and away, quick trips, and every dual meet, there's typically 2 or 3, 4, depending on the team you're wrestling, good opponents. This is the time of year that goes so fast because you're just so busy. It's like a little bit of time in the room, 2-3 days in the room, and then you're on the road, and 2-3 days in the room, and then you're on the road, and it's just kind of a repetitive cycle. And the guys aren't in school yet. I don't know when they go back. Probably after Martin Luther King Day. Typically, is that when they do?
The same time.
So this is good for them. This is good for them to stay busy and have matches. I was in the room this week a couple of days, and the vibe in the room is very, very good. I'm just really excited for this 2023 and looking forward to a successful 2023 season and having a solidified lineup.
Well, and this is an Illinois squad coming in, relatively new coach. Mike Poeta took over a few years ago and, trying to get some things changed around and get this program coming back. And, you look down this lineup, and, there's 3 or 4 weights where they've got some good ranked guys, and he would love nothing more than to come in here, maybe win a couple matches, maybe sneak one in somewhere and have it be a competitive duel. Overall, team-wise, the Hawkeyes should win, but it really comes down to some of those individual matchups and really play the mental game and don't give any ground that later in the year somebody can say, hey, I wrestled you close back in January. You want to really make that point, hammer it home right away.
Well, we're looking at seeds now, too. Seeds for the Big Tens are very crucial. So you get in some of these matches, you got to, like you said, every time you toe the line, you need to make sure that you're ready to go when you toe the line. There are no hiccups because losing a match here or there when you're not ready to go, come back and haunt you seed-wise come the Big Ten championships. And, we got a lot of matches that, tonight there's 3 main matches. But every time you toe the line, like I said, but three main big matches tonight, 33, 65, 74. You go to Purdue, big match for Kobe Seabrecht Sunday. That we're going to really see how good and where Kobe Seabrecht finds himself after Sunday. And, the other guy is at 25, which unfortunately for him, he's probably not going to do much. But every duel meet you go to, it's you're gonna have some type of competition, and we just need to be on our game at all times. And that's not something I really honestly worry about with this team too much.
Today's meet preview brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings and shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. I had a chance to track down Coach Tom Brands up in his office a little while ago, get his thoughts on what to expect here tonight. Talked to him right after the head referee, Jason Wedgbury, talked to the team, and Tom was pretty pumped up about that. So you'll have to listen in to what he says from what Wedgbury said to the team when we come back. You're listening to Iowa and Illinois. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
The best beers are the ones shared with friends. Gather yours and join the fun with Travel Leaders Destination Unlimited and their 23 Oktoberfest and Bohemian Adventure. Go on a trolley beer crawl in Prague, raft a river, climb a mountain, and celebrate in Munich's Oktoberfest. Learn more at duagency.com.
Cheers to quality beers on Saturday, January 28th at the 11th Annual Burfest. Celebrate the beers of winter and the brewers who make them at Burfest. Sample and purchase craft beers showcased by 60 breweries from across the Midwest at the Hyatt Regency Hotel at the Iowa River Landing. Proceeds benefit Corval's Fourth Fest and the Iowa Brewers Guild. Tickets are $50. Must be 21 or older. Buy tickets at BRRFest.org.
It's Jesse Kelly. Why do you think so many countries have huge gold reserves? Gold lasts. The value of gold lasts. How many times have I told you, buy things you can touch and feel, because you know the value lasts. There's nothing like precious metals, nothing out there like it. I buy all my gold from Oxford Gold Group. 833-974-1300. They'll deliver it to your front door. Oxford Gold Group.
Making a move from the outhouse to the penthouse? Do you have property your brothers need help with transferring ownership? Do you love everything Hawkeye from Kinnick to Carver? Then you'll want to talk with us. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement, ready to serve you high-quality real estate title and closing services. Oh, and we also love our Iowa basketball, but we're also happy to assist Cyclone fans too. Hawkeye Title and Settlement of Iowa City and HawkeyeTitle.com. The team you love, the people you trust.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
The Hawkeyes play here on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City's Hawkeye sports leader.
Welcome back to the pre-meet. Time now for our talk with Hawkeye coach Tom Brands, presented by Pioneer. Coach, back at it here. Open up the Big Ten schedule with Illinois. Starting to see some guys get healthy, and good to just get out here and really hit the home stretch of this season.
Yeah, healthy or not, the guy that steps on the mat's got to be ready. We're excited. You mentioned Big Ten. It doesn't matter, but, hey, it's maybe a notch up and impacts the qualifier seeding. So we got to be ready to go. As always, it's the next event, and every opportunity is an opportunity to get better, but more importantly, if you're an entertainer and that's what, pulls your chain a little bit, go out there and put on a show for this crowd. We just were told by the referee that they're supposed to maybe start calling more stall calls if guys go out of bounds. So we just heard that. So, hey, you hustle a little bit awareness, you can get things going your way, get some stall calls going. That's maybe a good step in the right direction, but you never know.
How do you see the guys respond to that? I mean, is that something where, hey, just get at it and what we preach, do that even more so to get that to go your favor? I
know that when referees are apathetic in how they talk, or the rules committee's apathetic in how they enforce or how they come up with rules, I know that, their referees are going to call it that way. I mean, they're going to call it the way that they're charged to call it. And he just said that the mandate has come down from somewhere, the rules committee or Tim Shields, the national coordinator. They need to start looking more at stall calls for backing out, not the push stall call, and not the action no call. And so, I mean, if I'm hustling and I'm, doing things and pushing the pace and really putting energy into controlling the center of the mat and throttling my opponent, I mean, that's as good news as I've heard in 10 years. So, you know what? The bottom line is you got to control what you control anyway. And you know what? Here we go. So, Spencer Lee's going to be on the mat at 125. We're starting at 125. This is as home as it gets. How's that?
Looking forward to it. Looking for more exciting wrestling out there. Coach, thanks very much.
Rock and roll. We'll see you after this thing's over.
It's Hawkeye coach Tom Brands, presented by Pioneer. When it comes to great yield potential and strong agronomic performance in your fields, choose Pioneer. What's next happens here. Back with more of the pre-meet right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Stock up on your big game essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids is your one-stop shop, offering Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, plus Edgewood locker meats and a wide variety of Iowa-made products. At Local Craft Cellar, they have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Stop by today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Again, that's 7085 C Avenue Northeast. Please drink responsibly.
Get a Hy-Vee Plus Premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. For a limited time, get $50 off an annual Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG. That's right, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
We're all looking for ways to fight inflation. Choosing Monica's can help. Their portions are big, so you can share your meal with someone in your group and still get plenty. Or just take your leftovers home for a free meal tomorrow. Also, you can always order off the specials menu. Every day there are 2 items on special. And always take advantage of free bread and soft drink refills and happy hour on weekdays. Monica's, a great way to fight inflation.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. MediaCom Matt, Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside as we get ready for Big Ten action. First dual meet of the 2023 calendar year as the Hawkeyes welcome in the Illinois Fighting Illini. Starting off at 125 pounds, top-ranked Spencer Lee for Iowa, taking on Maximo Renteria. He is a sophomore with a record of 3-3. At 133, we'll see either Brody Teske, a junior at 1-0, or Colin Schriever, a sophomore at 7-3. They take on number 8 in the country, Lucas Bird, a sophomore at 14-3. At 141, it is either number 2, Real Woods, a senior at 6-0, or Drew Bennett, a senior at 7-4. They will take on Danny Pacino, a sophomore at 8-5. At 149 pounds, 5th-ranked Max Murin, a senior at 10-1, taking on Kevin Davenport, a sophomore at 6-7. At 157, number 15, Kobe Siebrecht, the junior at 6-0, takes on either Anthony Federico, he is a sophomore at 5-7, or Mike Carr, a senior with no record on the year. At 165, number 12, Patrick Kennedy, the sophomore at 9-1, takes on number 11, Danny Bronigal. He is a junior at 15-3. At 174, either Nelson Brands, a senior at 2-1, or Drake Rhodes, a freshman at 1-0, takes on either number 7, Edmund Ruth, a sophomore at 18-1, or Trey Sizemore, a junior at 6-7. At 184, number 8, Abe Assad, a junior at 10-1, takes on number 29, Dylan Connell, a freshman at 12-9. 197, number 6, Jacob Warner against number 10, Zach Bronigal. And we'll close it out at heavyweight, number 3, Tony Cassiope, taking on Matt Robluski, a senior at 10-7. One more timeout. We'll be back with wrestling action. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Welcome to True Confessions of a Des Moines Painter. The names and voices have been changed to protect the guilty.
Well, the homeowner asked us to paint their cabinets. That's all right by me. I'll just hire a subcontractor and hope they show up on time.
Don't let this happen to you. When you need your cabinets to look brand new, hire Cabinet RX. They don't use subcontractors.
I'm Carl, the expert in refinishing your cabinets. I've been doing this for years, bringing beauty to your cabinets.
Go to cabinetrx.net today. The doctor is in.
The Hazy Hideaway is your go-to for all things vape and hookah. They have so many e-liquid flavors to choose from and all of the accessories you could ever want. The Hazy Hideaway is the best place in Iowa for all of your vape and hookah needs. The Hazy Hideaway is open daily from 11 to 9 and is conveniently located just off I-380 and Highway 30 at Kurtwood Court Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Keep it hazy, Iowa, at the Hazy Hideaway, the place to go for all things vape and hookah. Stop by today.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali. And I'm Briley. We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the offseason, conditioning is number one. At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round. And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball. Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first. Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. For a limited time, get $50 off an annual Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG. That's right, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside is the Hawkeyes and Illinois being announced right now as lights are down and crowd making their way in. Expecting a pretty good crowd here, Mark, on a Friday night.
This place is packed, and I know there's a lot of people still trying to get in the door. 7 o'clock start on a Friday night. People are kind of running behind, but I know outside is there's still a lot of people. But this place is packed all the way to the ceiling. The only section that's a little empty is the student section because students are gone on break.
Yeah.
So, but besides that, this place is pretty darn full. And you and I are joined tonight, and a little special guest to my left here, Bob Selby, who's a good friend of mine and my partner in crime when it comes to the TV state finals every year for the boys high school state wrestling tournament. I just got done telling him, you don't get this in Ames.
Well, and I had to ask him because people don't realize, but a lot of times, Mark is literally putting the headset on as we start because there's so many people coming to talk to him. And I asked Bob, I said, is that how it is up at the state tournament? He's like, oh, God, he knows everybody.
No.
If it's somebody connected to the wrestling world, he knows them.
You got to rephrase that. Mark doesn't know everybody. A lot more people just know Mark.
Right.
Because I don't.
You're like me. You're like, hey, how you doing? I don't know your name, but hey, thanks.
I know so many wrestling fans from the face. That's how it is. And the thing is if anybody's out there listening, you can introduce yourself and tell me your name. But I'm telling you right now, I will forget it. I'm terrible. But I will remember faces, and it's just always nice to see those faces. And I feel guilty even asking someone's name because I'll forget. I could see him again tomorrow, and I won't remember. And I'm terrible at it. I'm just terrible with names, and I apologize to everybody out there that's listening has ever met me before, and if I don't ever remember your name. So,
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, Homewood Suites at Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. It's a little interesting. Tom was fired up with hearing that they want to call stalling more.
That's what the sport needs. It needs a lot more stall calls in the sport of wrestling. There's no doubt about it. As long as they're the good, legit calls, like how many times have you and I, but not just on the edge of the mat and going out of bounds. We're talking about in the first period if someone's really not pulling the trigger. And how many times have we complained that in the last 20 seconds of a match, someone's up 7-2, but now all of a sudden the guy that's losing starts taking 3 or 4 shots, and now the other guy gets called for stalling. He's been doing all the work for the 6 minutes and 50 seconds or 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Call it from the first whistle to the last whistle.
The same exact way.
Yep.
Here comes Spencer Lee out to his We Will Rock You theme. God, this is fun. Never gets old. We're going to really miss Spencer Lee.
It.
And obviously, as we've seen at the Soldier Salute, there is definitely a gap and a difference between Spencer Lee and Drake Ayala. But when Spencer's gone next year and he turns the reins over to Drake Ayala, we're going to be loving some Drake Ayala next year as well.
Spencer taking on Maximo Renteria, a sophomore with a record of 3-3 on the year. Jason Wedgbury and Kurt Frost are the referees here this evening. Lights back up, whistle sounds, we're underway.
Spencer hadn't wrestled a whole ton, but Renteria's only got one more match than Spencer, 6 under his belt, and he's 3-3. I don't look for this one to honestly probably go very long unless Spencer or Renteria just kind of runs from the whole time, what he has done so far in the first 15 seconds of this match, and just completely backpedaled and stayed away from Spencer. Spencer just literally just kind of like chased him. And this is what we're talking about, stalling. You want to call stalling, okay, he just backed out of bounds right there. You could, if that's the case, he hasn't come cross forward at all this whole period so far. And he's pretty much just backing out of bounds. There's a stall warning. Like it. He didn't make any opportunity to square up right there. So good for Jason Wedgbury making that call that fast, that quick right away here in the first period. But don't be afraid to pull that gun again. There's a nice carry by Spencer.
Cuts off to a head to the outside.
Still working on finishing this. Cuts off.
There's
2-point takedown, and now he's starting to get near fall, too. Nothing, no move. He just held him there for a quick 2 count. he had split the legs, and he was kind of in between both legs of Renteria, and just kind of held him on his back. Nothing fancy as he worked his way up, but it was really good wrestling right there by Spencer Lee. Now he's got his tilt locked up, getting his near falls. There's going to be 4.
Well, those are things, I mean, I know being at practice different times with Coach Brands, I'm sure Gable said the same thing. You got to be thinking, as you're finishing your hold, how can I go to the back? How do I finish? And be thinking about near falls, not, ooh, I've got my takedown. Now I need to be thinking about doing it's as you're going down. It's all one motion.
And that's something that, you work on in the room, and at least under Coach Gable, we used to work on it a lot, and I'm sure that they still do under Coach Tom Brands, is feet to back. You got 6 shots as Spencer's tilting up Renteria again. You'll be drilling. A lot of this type of stuff is at the end of practice for conditioning. All right, you got 6 feet to back, 6 feet to backs, and then you switch, and the other guy goes 6 feet to backs. What we mean by feet to backs is hitting a shot, taking the guy to his back from the carry right away. So you're actually looking for near falls off so it's an actual drill that you do, and you work that stuff.
Spencer trying to run an arm bar now. He's up 12-0. Arm bar,
half
one half,
it's over.
Side.
Good night.
Spencer Lee with the fall in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. There he was thinking back. He was thinking fall that whole way. Hawks go on top 6-0. Back in 30 seconds, this is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Be part of something bigger. Join a global organization whose vision is to fill the earth with warmth and light through hospitality. Start your hospitality career at the DoubleTree by Hilton Cedar Rapids Convention Complex. DoubleTree offers a diverse and inclusive workplace, allowing team members to thrive with the industry's best benefits, including paid time off, travel discounts, meals, daily pay options, and more. Start your career in hospitality today. Visit jobs.hilton.com. That's jobs.hilton.com and search for Cedar Rapids.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
We move to 133 pounds. Colin Schriever gets the nod for the Hawkeyes tonight, taking on number 8 Lucas Bird, a sophomore at 14-3. These two wrestled in the dual meet last year, with Bird winning by a score of 5-0. Brody Teske weighed in tonight, working his way back from a pre-Christmas injury.
He's on the mend. I think you'll probably see him out on the mat on Sunday against Purdue would be my guess. I mean, to bring him out here tonight, it'd be only his second duel in Carver Hawkeye Arena. He wrestled the very first duel of the year against Cal Baptist. To bring him out against Lucas Bird right out of the gate when he hasn't had any weigh-ins to matches, and his conditioning is probably not where it needs to be. I think this is for sure the right move, by Coach Tom Brands and wrestling Schriever tonight, and then hopefully we see Teske on Sunday against Purdue.
Is there something that Tom would be doing with Teske tonight? He's got the 1 hour weigh-in. Does he put him through any sort of a workout up in the room to just try to get used to doing something off of that?
You could. You definitely could. I was just looking down there to see if I see Teske in the bleachers at all anywhere or down there.
Far ankle pick by Bird. Couldn't quite finish. Now he
now.
Drives the rest of the way for the 2.
I mean, Teske could be up in the room right now going through a simulated type of match situation.
Bird grabbing the elbow there.
No. I don't see him. He might be upstairs doing that right now. But I know that I did talk to Teske. He's on the very end over there.
Yep.
I did talk to him tonight before this, after they weighed in, and he said he has weighed in the last couple weigh-ins. So he has been down to weight, but it's one thing making weight versus making weight and then actually competing an hour and 5 minutes after you weigh in if you got Spencer Lee in front of you.
Over towards the edge of the mat, right by the scorer's table. Bird keeping a toe inbounds. Colin Schriever for the Hawkeyes trying to turn back in, staying at his base here. 40 seconds to go here in this first period. Bird about to his 1 minute of riding time. They slide out of bounds right at 1 minute on that riding time clock. So head back to the center.
Austin DeSanto had some good scraps with Lucas Beard. I remember at the Big Tens last year, Bird's the whole entire person of Beard's match there against DeSanto was just to try and get DeSanto kind of like upset and frustrated and get him to do something that would basically kind of harm himself. And lose a point or something like that. He wasn't even out wrestling. He was just trying to frustrate him.
Yeah.
Santa was able to overcome it.
Schrevert working up to his feet, trying to push those hands free. As he got out to square up, he got pancaked. Oh, my goodness. He was squaring up, trying to get out. Bird was just hanging on to him and was able to just toss him over and puts him to his back.
Tight, too.
Shriver's in trouble. He's
Shriver's trying so hard to fight off his back right here, doing everything he can, but Beard's doing a good job adjusting, and it's a lot of time. No, we only got 4 seconds left here in this period. Oh, he got it with 1.9 seconds left.
2 minutes and 59 seconds, the time of the fall. Ties this dual meet up at 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
We're all looking for ways to fight inflation. Choosing Monica's can help. Their portions are big, so you can share your meal with someone in your group and still get plenty. Or just take your leftovers home for a free meal tomorrow. Also, you can always order off the specials menu. Every day there are 2 items on special. And always take advantage of free bread and soft drink refills and happy hour on weekdays. Monica's, a great way to fight inflation.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Hawkeye Wrestling. We move to 141 pounds on Mediacom mat. Drew Bennett gets the nod for the Hawkeyes tonight, taking on Danny Pacino, a sophomore with a record of 8-5 on the year. Tied up at 6, Spencer Lee with the fall in 2:22. Colin Schriever pinned in 2:59.
So much for saying that we have our solidified lineup out there.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why Real Woods isn't wrestling tonight. I'm shocked by that. I know that he's practicing this week and in 100% and good to go and getting after it. So unless something happened between Tuesday and Friday, I don't know. Maybe he got sick, got under the weather. I don't know. But he weighed in, right?
As far as I know, yeah, he's on the sheet. So Bennett gets taken down, gets back up to his feet, out for the escape. So Bennett trails 2-1.
Well, this is a winnable match for Bennett. I mean, he's wrestling a guy that's not ranked. Pacino is 8-5 on the season. Wonder how we did at the Midlands.
Let me do some research.
Bennett, had a good Soldier Salute tournament. But Bennett starts slow a little bit here and there, but then he gets going as the match goes on. The good thing about Bennett is he doesn't really ever let up. He always keeps coming. Now Pacino in on another shot, elevates the leg up in the air and cuts across. Goes around behind for another 2-point takedown, so that makes it 4-1 now in favor of Pacino. It's just, I don't know what the heck, why Real Woods is not wrestling. I did not see him in the locker room or the team room beforehand when we were upstairs in the room after weigh-ins, though, now that I mention it.
Bennett gets another escape, so with a minute to go, he trails by a score of 4-2.
Another takedown he just gave up. Shot from Pacino from a long ways away, past the elbow, dove in an ankle. Bennett has to start moving his feet. He's not moving his feet at all. He's letting Pacino get to our legs way too easily. Crowd was really looking forward to seeing Real Woods wrestle. Mm-hmm. I don't blame him.
Bennett finds himself down 6-2, plus he's got riding time against him. 15 seconds left. 1 point here would go a long ways.
Almost got a reversal there, a little roll action.
Pacino finished 7th at the Midlands. Beat Crawford of Missouri, Lavelle of Purdue, lost in the quarters to Alvarez of Rutgers. Lost again to Brian Courtney in the consolations. Bennett will start down to begin the second period. Trailing 6-2. He's got 128 riding time against him. Pacino. Optional start. Makes the score 6-3.
Bennett needs to sneak a takedown in here. He's getting on his own attacks.
Like you say, just move your feet. And you almost got to take exception to that. Like, hey, this guy thinks he's just going to take me down at will. So he's going to just let me out without even trying. So
well, Pacino's been doing a good job of controlling the ties, too. He's getting inside position on us the entire time. There's a little slide by Pacino. Try getting our arm out, but we don't. Now we get taken down again. Pacino is just eating us up. And we're having a hard time getting away. The only time we get away is when Pacino intentionally releases us like he just did right there. That makes the score 8-4. We got to be able to get a takedown here. We got to get back in. We got to get a shot off first. There's a shot, but a bad shot. Head down. Now Pacino's trying to look around and get behind us. Scrapping from short offense, front headlock. Both back up to their feet. No score there. Now he snaps Bennett hard.
Even when he snapped him right there, Bennett just kind of looks like he's almost loping around a little bit.
Pacino is looking good in this match. Just doing a good job of moving his hands, moving his feet both at the same time. We took another bad shot right there from a ways away. Bennett did.
45 seconds to go, second period. Bennett for the Hawkeyes down 8-4. Stalemate from that front head situation. Head back to the center.
Pacino, he's on his game. He's super excited that Real Woods isn't wrestling tonight. You could totally tell.
Yeah.
He is really excited. As soon as he's seen Real Woods didn't come out, and he got a couple takedowns in to get a win in front of these fans in Carver Hawk Arena. This is a big, big deal to Pacino. It's kind of like what you were going back to earlier when we were talking about how even if you win, you don't even let him get a takedown. And you hate letting people beat us, even if it isn't our normal starter.
Final seconds tick away here in the second period.
Another snap by Pacino. Snapped us all the way down to our hands and knees.
8-4 as we go to the third. Test after test, in field after field. We're tougher on our corn hybrids than ever before. Pioneer brand corn hybrids are field proven and ready for yours. Talk with your local Pioneer sales representative to learn more. Did we go neutral?
Yep.
Just got taken down. Pacino went neutral. Just took us down. Now he's looking for a whip over. 10-4.
Nice. He picked us up in the air on the way down. He tried throwing a leg in for a leg trick on the way down. Pacino, he's aggressive. He's doing some good things here. I'd like to say that it was our guy doing that, but it's not. And then again, we intentionally releases us. He is just toying. He's been just toying with Bennett this whole match. And on another shot this time, head of the inside, cuts the corner, another 2-point takedown. And not only that, he's making it look so easy. Bennett is just not into this match tonight. I don't know if he wasn't expecting to wrestle, didn't have his weight under control. I don't know what's going on, but he is not looking good. Not even defending himself. Another takedown for Pacino.
14-6 now with a minute to go. Bennett to his feet. Pacino picks up the ankle, drives him out of bounds, head back to the center.
Pacino runs back to the center every single time. Yeah, Bennett is just, I don't know what his deal is. He's just not into this. It just looks like he was not prepared or ready to wrestle at all.
There's another escape. Pacino just lets us out. 14-7. 15-7 with the riding time.
And this kid's not even that good. We're making him look like he's a number 3 ranked guy in the country right now.
Bennett taken down once more. Gonna cut him again. Comes out front. Another stall call on Bennett. That should be a point.
Good.
Makes it 17-8 as Bennett gets the escape.
Jeez.
He's just drilling on him right now.
Bennett's so tired he can't even hold his feet. He can't even keep his feet under him. Look terrible.
20-8, the final score. Makes it 10-6 in favor of the Illini. We'll be back in 30. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route, local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find the drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 Z Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back at Carver Hawkeye Arena, 149 pounds. Max Murin for the Hawkeyes taking on Kevin Davenport, a sophomore with a 6-7 record. Hawks down 10-6. Need Murin to get some momentum coming back, get this crowd back into it here, Mark.
We need a fall in this match. Murin doesn't get any falls. It'd be a good match for him to get a fall and get us back into this match.
Just reading through James's notes, Murin already was 7 of his 10 victories are by bonus point, ties his career high.
How many falls does he have?
Just 2. He had 2 at the Soldier Salute.
Well, good. Let's keep that streak going. Let's keep it rolling. First things first, try and get a takedown first. There's a nice snap by Murin. Nice shot by Murin.
Double leg driving through.
Beautiful shot and finish. And now he's looking for that. Now, there you go. He was looking for it. He was headhunting right there. I love it.
As he took him down, he was trying to get up into that half to go for a whip over. Couldn't get it. They crawl over into the cheerleaders' laps as they go out, head back to the center. Two 2-0 is the lead for Murin.
Murin's going to break this kid, I'm telling you. I say you ride him for a little bit and then cut him if you can't turn him after about 20 seconds, and then just cut him and get another takedown.
Davenport into a sit-out. Murin, forehead into the right triceps. Good pressure, gets him flat. Trying to work that near wrist back now. Davenport works back up to his base, into that sit-out. Davenport tries switching back into us, but Max keeps those hips back, circles with him, and runs him back down, flattens him out once more.
He's trying to get in the wrist, but Davenport's, there you go. Now he's got a 2-on-1.
Comes around on the side, trying to get that wrist onto the back.
Drive forward, drive forward, drive forward. There you go.
Davenport working his butt up into the air as Murin coming out front, trying to scoop that head with his knee.
It's blocking
Got the
head.
arm up onto the back, trying to get to that whip over. Davenport grabbing our leg, able to
he was going
break
for
the controls.
there. He was trying something there.
Out of bounds, head back to the center. 2-1, 56 seconds to go first period. Murin at 1:05 of riding time.
Murin looking good, running back to the center. Davenport taking his time getting back. We need another takedown for sure with a minute to go here in this first period. He's up 2-1, 1:05 riding time.
Jumps in double, cuts off to the single, head to the inside. He's got him dumped down, steps over the ankle for 2. Tom Brand saying, do it again. He's sensing that Davenport's already getting tired in this first period. Murin gets a stall call, didn't get another takedown as he hadn't given up the escape yet. Davenport wasn't standing up, now he does. Makes it 4-2, 25 seconds, big snap, front headlock, easy go behind. He could get 2 more in 20 seconds.
I told you he was going to break this kid. I just expected quite in the first period.
Takedown, almost had a carry right there with that far arm.
Crowd loves this. This is what we wanted to see.
Well, after Spencer's fall, and then Schriever got pinned and Bennett got beat 20-8, this crowd was just kind of on their hands.
We need something. I appreciate Murin coming in and getting us back into this.
Murin's choice, he'll start down to begin the second period. Davenport still on a knee, not even coming to the center. Jason Wedgbury telling him, you got to get in here and get this period going.
And Murin, I think, senses this too.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he's trying to hurry up and he's trying to get back to the center and keep this thing going. He's sensing Davenport breaking big time. He wants to keep this pressure going.
Escape.
I liked
right
about
back
that.
in on a shot. Another easy two.
The thing about that right there was he got the escape with his hand control, but he never let go of the hand. He kept the hand, pulled Davenport right back into him, hit him with the double, finished the shot.
1 point on a stall. No escape was given. And there Mirren drives him out. Took him onto the hardwood. Davenport looks at Jason Wedgbury. Wedgbury says, you got called for stalling. You got to get back to the center and keep wrestling. No escape given yet. Still 13-3. Mirren going to go optional start here. Comes out front, looking for a throw.
He's got it. Locked up.
He's got it over.
Tight. It's over. That a boy, Max. That a boy, Max.
3:34, the time of the fall. Hawks go on top, 12-10. Back in 30. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. It's within walking distance to Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as some great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of the Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffrey radio show. Come find your place at Hyatt Regency, where we care for people so they can be their best.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
We move to 157 pounds. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside. Kobe Siebrecht for the Hawkeyes taking on Michael Carr. Carr used to be down at 141. Hasn't wrestled yet this year, but a few years ago was ranked as high as 4th in the country at 141.
No matches this year.
Matches.
First time on the mat all year.
Hurt last year, but
shot from Carr from a ways away. He's in on us. We're draped over the back of him, and this is where Kobe usually shines.
Rolls him through.
Stalemate.
Gets a stalemate blown.
Or potentially dangerous. Stalemate, all the same there.
25 off the clock here in the first. Siebrecht did not wrestle at the Soldier Salute. Nothing serious, obviously, since he's back out here now.
I think he had some pink eye.
Okay.
There's a shot
by Carr.
Yeah, from a ways away again. Siebrecht trying to block his knees and trying to keep his legs back, but can't do it. Semi-trying.
Carr's still got one hand on each leg, but Kobe doing a good job getting heavy, leaning into him. Carr takes a circuitous route back to the center.
All right. I was just going to say, Siebrecht got to get his own offense going. There's a shot by Siebrecht, but a ways away. Comes out, and now Carr reshoots, gets in deep on a double, and takes us down.
Kobe just hit that shot from a non-tie and got caught flat-footed as he came back out of it. Carr just hit that nice double there, gets the 2. Minute 35 to go here in the first period. Hawks on top, 12-10 in the team score as they go out of bounds, head back to the center.
1.5 minutes left in this first period. This is interesting. Carr, not a single match on the season. He must have just gotten healthy, obviously. Because the other guy that they've had there has got a losing record.
Siebrecht up to his feet, out for the escape, so he trails 2-1. Again, Carr, so far in this first half of this first period, Mark, controlled the ties a little bit. Kobe's got to get a little more assertive there, just take some control of this match.
There's another shot by Carr right there. We're draped over the top of him again. He's hooked our ankle. He's trying to pop his head out. 1 minute to go here in this match.
Kobe trying to fight this off. He's sat to his butt, but he's got the head pinched in between the legs. Now Carr pops that head out just enough and gets the 2. Carr down on an ankle. Now gets back up over the hips. Seabrook tripod up to his feet. And Carr just lets him go. Makes it 4-2 now. Kobe left hand up on that collar. Now looks for an underhook. Both guys drop at the same time. Carr got lower, head to the inside. Kobe reaching back, grabbing an ankle, trying to roll him through here. Almost caught in that neutral danger position. Able to scramble out and almost gives up the takedown. Now he's thrown in a neck wrench.
This is what he does. This is what he does. He's
like,
go, let's go.
Period.
Oh, man.
They're going to talk about it and see.
That's what Kobe Seabrook does.
So 2 takedown, 2 reversal, no back points. So Carr takes a 6-4 lead into the second. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Hawkeye Wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets in Iowa City.
Well, the longer this match goes, the more it's going to benefit Kobe Seabrook. That's for sure. I mean, his Carr hasn't had a single match all year, so his conditioning can't be the greatest.
I mean, he's not even trying to
ride
take him
Seabrook
down here.
now.
But he does have a 6-5 lead in almost a minute of riding time. There's a big snap by Carr. Kobe's got to find his offense here. Left hand on that collar again. Fake by Carr. Tries a little short drag.
Carr's doing a really good job of keeping Kobe Seabrook off balance. There's another shot by Carr. He goes to a finish on this, and he's got him in a... Oh, there's a 2 takedown for Carr. That's a good job by Kobe of getting out of that neutral danger situation there. He's got to be thinking about riding clock right now, riding time. He can't just hang out there and keep holding on. He's got to come up to his feet and get away. He is up to his feet.
Carr ropes him back down, though. Kobe trying to peel those hands off. Inside of a minute to go here in the second period. Seabrook tripod to his feet. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. 51 on the clock. 8-5 is the score in favor of Carr of Illinois. Just heard Terry Brands hollering out to Seabrook, you got to move your feet.
Jeremy Hunter from the assistant coach for Illinois telling Carr to get a wrist. You got to get a wrist.
Kobe to his feet. Escape. Makes it 8-6.
Let's get a takedown this period. Come on, Kobe. Get a takedown. At least get in on a shot. Something here. Again, he's hitting a lot of fakes on us. He's kind of stutter stepping, and we're overreacting to everything. Just like that, we got caught reaching big time with the right hand, and Carr's in deep on us again. Now we're a scramble situation, a roly-poly situation.
Rolled all the way through.
What is Kobe doing here? He's got a takedown and near falls. Oh, my goodness.
No takedown awarded.
Nothing?
No takedown.
Nothing? I thought for sure he had takedown and near falls there.
And period comes to an end. 8-6.
You don't want to challenge this, though. You need to keep the pace of this match going right here. Wow, that was crazy out of Kobe Seabrook right there. Scramble, roly-poly situation.
Tom and Terry talking to Kurt Frost. Getting an explanation.
So it's 8-6 right now in favor of Carr. He's starting down, 1:29 riding time. So we need to try and ride him here for at least, say 15, 20 seconds. We're going to need a takedown anyway. Could ride him a little bit then. But we at least want to knock that riding time down.
Looking for that far side cradle there. Carr working to a tripod. Kobe dropping down to an ankle. Couldn't get there. Carr hand control out for the escape.
Hey, we got...
Riding time down to 107.
Yep.
9-6. Still need 2 takedowns. A little slide-by action by Seabrecht overhook, and he tries the inside trip, and he gets taken down.
He went reaching and fishing for that big time. Seabrecht did. He got way out of position looking for that inside trip. This is where Seabrecht struggles, though, a little bit. You get someone that's really good fundamentally and doesn't fall for a lot of the funk. That's what's going to give Seabrecht fits, and it is so far in this match.
11-6, restart with 1:21 on the clock. Kobe up to his feet, out for the escape, makes it 11-7. Does have riding time against him at the moment. Kobe drops, gets to a single leg, trying to step across, looking to elevate.
Uh-oh, there's 2 takedown.
Trying to get that Merkle position. Kobe's still trying to circle around here.
It's going to be a stalemate. Call a stalemate. We're not going to be able to get out of this. Stalemate.
Potentially dangerous. 51 on the clock. Carr backing out a little bit off the restart. Kobe's got to be smart, but he's got to be getting a little more aggressive here. 30 seconds to go.
Up to your feet. Come on. That time off over break may have got to Kobe a little bit.
Caught reaching right on the edge.
Again. Man, we've been reaching a lot.
Just eating clock right here.
Which, he can. He's in that position. He can, and it's not going to end in the favor of Kobe Seabrecht. So going into the break, it's going to be Illinois with a 13-12 lead over Iowa with some tough weight classes coming up.
12-7 the final score right there in favor of Carr. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. We are at the intermission. Hawkeyes trailing by a score of 13-12. And Mark, a lot of these fans, it's fan appreciation night, and they're just kind of a little stunned right now. And like we said, those 3 matches that we lost in that first half, the Hawks just looked a little flat-footed, just not quite 100% ready to go.
Well, I wouldn't call Cole Schriever flat-footed and not ready to go. Schriever was ready to go. He was just wrestling a tough Lucas Bird, and he was trying to get away. He was trying to get hand control. He was trying to run out of it and high step out of it, and he turned to try and get the escape instead of going out of bounds. And when he did that, Lucas Bird just kind of got him an over-under and was able to take him to his back. When as we were turning, our feet kind of got crossed up right there as we turned into him, and he just lost his balance, and Bird took us over, and Schriever just got put to his back in a really weird, kind of awkward situation, and ended up getting the fall. And Bird, he smelled blood there, and he wanted that fall when he knew he got kind of lucky how they fell into that. Literally fell into that, Schriever on his back. So he took full advantage of it and got the fall. And that's a big 6 points, whereas they would have gotten 3 probably for sure, maybe 4, but definitely not 6. And that's the difference in us going, us down by a point right now going into the break. And obviously Real Woods not wrestling. That's a what do we give up there at 41? We gave up 4. So that's probably an 8-point swing, if not more. I'm just not really sure why Real Woods didn't wrestle. I know he was wrestling live and felt good and looked good on Tuesday, but something obviously must have went array since then. So I don't know. It is what it is. But Kobe just didn't look good. He didn't wrestle the Soldier Salute. He was out of the room for a while with his pink eye and stuff like that. So I think maybe just some time off. But at the same time, he just kept overreacting to all the fakes and stuff and just getting out of position a lot by a really good fundamental and sound wrestler in Carr. Carr did a great job.
Yeah. Well, like it said, it stands now 13-12. Illinois winning 3 out of those first 5 matches, and got some tough ones coming up here in the second half. So Hawks are going to have to dig deep here for being able to come away with the win. Speaking of digging deep, we are a week away from getting deep into some cold water with the Hawkeye Wrestling Club Arctic Plunge. Goal of $150,000. We're about a third of the way there with a week to go. So really need to dig deep. You and I both are a ways off of our goals as well. You're about halfway there. I'm about
Well, have I hit, where am I at, like 9,000?
Just shy of 9,000, 89.74.
89.74. I haven't looked today. So we're crawling up there. So, I think here's my goal. If listeners are out there, let's try and get to that 9,000 mark for sure let's for sure try to get to that mark by, say, Monday for sure. At least 10,000 by Monday. We got to. We have to. Where are you at?
I am sitting at 457. So I'm at like 25% of my goal. And I talked last week, said, if I get beyond, if we get beyond 2,500, I said my girls push me in. I was talking to Bob Chisano this afternoon or this evening. It's got Jessica and Riley sitting down. I said, now, if Riley starts pumping you saying, I want to push Dad into the water, don't listen to him. So I don't know. I'm planting the seed there with Bob just a little bit because I know he loves supporting the Hawkeye Wrestling Club. But
hey, you got to work at whatever angle you can
that's
get.
Right.
Definitely. I'm going to have to get back on the horse and start shooting out some emails and text messages. But where can listeners right now, people that are listening right now, how can they go online and pledge for either you or myself to try and get us to our goals? Mine of $20,000 and yours of
$2,000.
$2,000. You can get that, Stephen. I know you can. Where can they do it? Give it to them.
The easiest way is just go to HawkeyeWrestlingClub.com. And when you get there, go to the events page, find the Arctic Plunge, and
you got to scroll down.
You got to scroll down. Well, you scroll down a little bit and click on Learn More. They changed it from Become a Jumper to Learn More.
Yeah.
And then that'll take you to the main. It's actually boom.HawkeyeWrestlingClub.com, I think it is the fundraising page. And there's information there. There's a link that you can just say donate now. But if you just scroll down further it'll show you.
Yeah. It'll show all the people that are actually jumping, and those are the different people that you can pledge for.
Yeah, so you can just click on
pledge
it
it
and
under
say,
someone's name.
I want to donate to Mark Ironside
Stephen
or
Grace.
donate to Stephen Grace. And it shows who the leaders are. Terry Brand's still in the lead at 11,310. You, Chris Hoppert, he's nipping at your heels. He's only 5,000 away from you. So I know if he wasn't in attendance tonight, he'd be listening. So we'd give him a shout out.
He always really does a great job of fundraising for this event every single year and giving what he can to the Hawkeye Wrestling Club. A huge supporter in Chris Hopper.
Madigan and Caleb Young, married couple, they both have just around $3,000. So they're jumping separately. Could have gone as a team and they wouldn't have had to do half the work. But Garrett Shackleton, Chad Beatty, Will Seidel, Cody Woodward, and Mike Doty rounding out the first page on the leaderboard. So got several people that are up over $1,000. We got several more that need to come in and get a little bit more. Chad Beatty, speak of the I just said your name on the radio. And you come on Arctic Plunge. Arctic Plunge.
Here, Beatty.
Look at that. He's a radio hound. Your dad.
Hey, Hawk fans.
I saw your dad last night over at West Branch watching some West Branch
really?
Wilton wrestling. He's trying to get me to bet.
Hey,
on
the
West
Beavers
Branch
won.
Wilton. They did.
The Beavers won.
Said,
hey, they beat Lisbon, too, and I got to plug that because Ryan Morningstar and I, we got history. So, go Beavs.
Hey, so we're not quite a third of the way there yet. We're not quite to
under,
50.
Yeah, just under. Well, technically we are. We're over 50.
Oh, we are over 50?
Because I have a big donation that just came in. And I haven't updated it.
Okay.
So I'm
to
over.
You personally?
To me personally, which I don't know where I'm at in the leader board here.
You're 2,600
right
so now.
I'm at like 27.
Okay.
Or no. Excuse me. You're 7. I'm at 7,000.
7,000?
Yeah. Yep.
Whose wheels did you grease?
Don't worry about it.
Holy cow.
Someone that's a big Hawkeye wrestling fan.
I'll give you that, though.
And
Good
they
job.
want to see us win at the highest level. So they're going to donate to us and donate to me and donate to the guys. And the Arctic Plunge is an awesome opportunity for you Hawk fans to get out and support us. So
next Saturday.
It. Yeah, next
it's here
Saturday.
Before we know it.
Yeah, we're taking donations right now. If you go to HawkeyeWrestlingClub.com, go to events, and go to the Arctic Plunge. and pick your favorite jumper. Maybe it's Stephen Grace. Maybe it's Mark Ironside, but it's probably Chad Beatty.
Hey, when I was there last night, I had one of the West Branch fans come over like, hey, I need the link. I heard you guys talking about it last week at the Soldier Salute. I want to donate.
Yeah.
She wants to see my girls push me in. So
I want to see that too.
I got to get to 2,500 though.
Hopefully it's cold enough. There's ice that we can jump from.
Yeah, have you gone over and scouted that out?
I did, and it was iced over.
There is ice?
There is ice. And Dan Dennis says we only need like an inch to stand on.
Oh.
And I'm like, Dan, not all of us weigh 120 pounds.
Dan Dennis might need an inch.
That's right.
Has he seen me?
Last year, he picked me up and threw me in, so I might have him do that again to me. But
I'm kind of scared because Ironside last year was like, hey, Grace, take me down. So I double-legged him into the water.
I saw that.
I'm sure he wants to,
I think that was like
repay the favor this year.
That was like a 2 takedown, 4 back points.
Freestyle would have been 5 for sure. I mean, easily straight to his back.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun last year, and this year's going to be no different. We're going to have free keg beer, pizza, and the whole 9 yards. So
that's open to the public.
Yeah,
A lot of people are like, oh, I mean, what do you got to do to be able to get in? It's open to the public. Come on over.
Come over, watch it. The watching is just as much fun as the actual jumping, I think. A lot warmer, too.
Yes, it is.
So, but we're going to have a sauna, like a portable sauna for the people that jump, and we'll have warm showers when they get back in. So we'll take good care of people.
It's a good time.
It's a great time.
Last year was the first time I had ever done it. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I do have to say, I jumped in and, didn't really feel anything as I jumped in. It's just kind of like, hey, I did it. I got above the water. I'm like, whew, wow, it's kind of cold. And then I'm like, oh, crap, I got to swim back to the edge. Get going. Come on.
It's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's kind of cool. You jump in, like you said, and then you're running up the hill. And running up the hill is the most
you're climbing out. I scrape my leg because your muscles are just ow. They just tighten up, and you're trying to run, and you look like you're just.
It tests your toughness.
You almost look like. So I saw a TikTok. It was Napoleon Dynamite reading the top 10 on Letterman years ago, and he got done. He ran off. That's kind of how you feel. Is how Napoleon Dynamite runs, just all stiff and just like
arms to the side. Yeah. Well, we're appreciative, and we can't wait to have everyone out next weekend, and hopefully we finish off this weekend with a win tonight, and then
got our work cut out for us tonight, man.
No, we got it in the bag.
You think so?
We got a bunch of heavy hitters coming that are going to lay the smack down. That's the hope, anyway. I don't think they like how their team's doing right now, so they want to put an exclamation point on this duel. Let's just hope I'm right. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Chad. Chad Beatty, the executive director of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, getting some plugs in there for the Arctic Plunge coming up next Saturday over at Brown Deer Golf Club. Did you hear him say he's got $5,000 in his pocket right now?
Beatty?
Yeah. He's right on your heels.
So he has $5,000 in his pocket he hasn't come out with yet, or he has $5,000 already?
He just got it, so he hasn't got it updated onto the website yet. So
he's got $5,000 literally in his jeans pocket right now?
No, not really in his pocket. In his proverbial pocket, getting ready to make another donation. But
when you're the man in charge, this is your job, it's what you do all the time, then you know what? You should have a $5,000 in your pocket, here and there. But hey,
should have 3 of them, and they're like, oh, Ironside, you're doing great. Oh, now I'm back in front of you. Hey, Ironside, you're doing great. Oh, I'm back in front of you.
I just got from another huge supporter of iWrestling, Ryan Smith, who's actually, and I think he said the Dallas airport on his way back, tuned in, listening to us, just pledged $500 to me.
Nice.
And not 5,000 like Beatty, but 500. That's well on the way, and I cannot thank Ryan Smith enough. Smitty is a freaking huge supporter of Iowa wrestling, and he's fun to have around on trips and when we see him in the hotels, and just good people that Hawkeye Wrestling is involved with.
You were talking earlier about so many fans that know who we are, standing here, and I had a donation earlier, and this guy comes down. He's like, "Hey, Steven, I had to donate to get you above 400 earlier today. Appreciate what you do. Great job, Dan Bloomquist. Thank you very much." Recognized the name, didn't really recognize the face. I think I'd heard the name before, but I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. Didn't really know him very well, but you know what? He appreciates what we do. So, Dan, thank you for the support. Thanks for jumping on and making that donation for us. So,
we appreciate all the donations, and we appreciate the people that are looking out for you and I on the radio too as well. And we're lucky that we get to put some plugs in for the Arctic Plunge. But At the same time, that money that gets raised goes to these guys' stipends and travel expenses. There's so much money that it takes to make this merry-go-round go round. And, you're looking at the future of a guy right here that's going to be wrestling for the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, and Patrick Kennedy coming out and wrestling. Is he wrestling Danny Bronigal?
Danny Bronigal, yep.
And I tell you right now, we need this match.
Yeah.
We don't win this match, this dual meet is in serious jeopardy. And that is not what the Iowa fans walked into Carver Hawkeye Arena tonight, thinking it might happen as of us possibly losing this dual meet tonight. But we also didn't know Real Woods wasn't going to wrestle. We didn't know Colin Schriever was going to get pinned. So we even if he wins this match, this isn't no gimme dual meet. They got some tough guys coming up.
Yeah.
They got Ruth in there. They got another Bronigal in there.
This is number 12 Kennedy, number 11 Danny Bronigal. Bronigal a junior at 15-3. These two they almost look like they're brothers out there. Just very similar body styles. Just
Bronigal,
real thick, athletic.
He's not from what I remember of, he's not your most offensive wrestler.
Nice ankle pick by Kennedy.
Beautiful ankle pick. He just timed it perfectly. Right when Bronigal stepped in with his right foot, Kennedy was coming across with a big hammer with his right hand, and left hand went right down the ankle. And he started hitting those at that Soldier Salute, too. Yeah. He hit a lot of those at the Soldier Salute. That was perfect timing. Bronigal just makes it look so easy, and that is not what he just did right there is not easy.
No. Bronigal got into his feet. Kennedy picks him up, puts him back to his base. A minute and a half to go, first period. Kennedy leads 2-0. Hawks trail 13-12 in the team scores. They go out of bounds. Fresh start from the center. Bronigal gets reset. Kennedy with the cover. Switch action by Bronigal into a sit-out. Kennedy trying to get up in that claw, looking to suck him back a little bit. Not there. Bronigal trying to push those hands free. Kennedy trips him back down. Standing switch this time by Bronigal. Kennedy staying behind the arms, trying to get that forward pressure. Bronigal works back to his feet. That time had the hand control. Gets out for the escape. 2-1 is the lead for Kennedy. Snap by Bronigal. Clears the tie. Patrick comes right back across. Right hand on the collar. He's got a big snap into a front headlock, trying to circle around, get into a leg. He's touching it, trying to limp arm out, and circles around behind for two more.
Nice.
That's how you wrestle in that short offense right there.
Heavy, moving his feet, heavy hands, moving his feet. 45 seconds to go here in the first period. He's got the ankle hooked right there. So I got over a minute riding time already. Kennedy's tough on top. He's going to continue to ride him out the rest of this period. Bronigal trying to come up to his feet. Kennedy putting him back down. Bronigal up, getting hand control now. 22 seconds. He did. No! Kennedy dropped in on a shot. Took him back down to the mat, and Bronigal tried rolling through. Great wrestling by Patrick Kennedy right there. That was really, really good wrestling. Bronigal thought he was out.
Yeah.
He thought he was out. He's like, I did this. And Patrick Kennedy dropped in. Double leg, Bronigal rolled, and he stayed right with him. Great wrestling by Patrick Kennedy, taking a 4-1 lead with a minute 45 riding time going into the second period.
Main Street Sweets has been serving great ice cream and food in the heart of downtown West Branch for over 10 years, offering great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more, along with many awesome ice cream treats. Order online, call ahead, or stop in to visit. Main Street Sweets, owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, on the web at mainstreetsweetswb.com. Kennedy starts down to begin the second period. Gotten up to his feet, but Bronigal pressures him back down. Nice sit-out, scoots the hips away, and the escape there for Kennedy.
Patrick does such a good job keeping his hips underneath him. There's an ankle pick, but he lost it that time, didn't get to it. Bronigal was able to step on out of it that time. But when Kennedy's on the bottom, he does a good job of keeping his hips underneath him, keeping his base underneath him, and then he gets his hand control and gets out. Nice sweep single attempt by Kennedy. Stahl won it against Bronigal, which is deserving. Nice underhook here by Kennedy, coming across, trying to stay on the tack, really coming out hard here in the second period. Even though he hasn't got any scores besides that escape. Already got caught reaching, though. Bronigal in on a shot here, cutting the corner on Kennedy.
Patrick throwing that whizzer in. Bronigal trying to limp arm Mark.
He's in deep here. Patrick, he's going to try and limp arm out of here. I don't know if Patrick's going to be able to fight this off or not.
Dives back through, trying to grab the leg. Does. He's got his left arm reached around backwards through Bronigal's leg. Bronigal.
I don't like how we're eating up a lot of clock time here, but at the same time, we haven't given up 2 yet, so that's big in itself. Reverse lock through the back leg right there, and there's a stalemate. We're going to go up to her feet with 37 seconds to go here in the second period. Kennedy winning 5-1, 137 riding time. Hawks trailing right now 12-13.
A shot by Bronigal from a ways away. Kennedy does a good job. Front headlock. Started to toss him one way and then circled that same direction as Bronigal was trying to square back up and gets around for 2 more.
Now we're looking for a ride out here. 10 seconds to go. 7-1 lead with riding time. It'll be Bronigal's choice going into the third period. This is a big match for Patrick Kennedy here.
Yeah.
I mean, Bronigal's ranked 11th. Patrick Kennedy is ranked 12th. And he's about ready to major him.
Bronigal start down here to begin the third. Bronigal into that sit out. Patrick chops him back down, gets him flat. Deep waist on the left side. Now reaching across to that far wrist. Can't get anywhere with it. Now chops that right arm. Bronigal builds back up to his base. Kennedy trying to get that wrist up onto the back. Bronigal, though, at his base, able to pull that arm free. Bronigal to his feet. Kennedy works him back down, bounces right back up. Now Patrick just pushes him away for the escape, makes it 7-2. 2.5 riding time, so in essence, 8-2. So a takedown and a ride out. Or a couple of takedowns to get to that major. Bronigal a shot from a ways away. Kennedy, front headlock.
Nice score here. We're going to score here.
Reaching for that
1 minute
left
to
ankle.
go. Bronigal up to a tripod. Kennedy trying to pull him back down.
Could not, so they clear the tie. Back up to their feet.
Work hard here, Kennedy.
Goes back to that ankle pick. Now splits the middle. Dives in between the legs. Gets Bronigal draped up over the back. Looking to come through the back door. Bronigal's hanging on to our left arm, though.
Oh, no.
Now we're in kind of a bad spot there.
Man, we were in great position there. I don't know how we ended up getting taken down there. We had him up in the air, draped over the top of us, looking to score, and then something happened funky with his hands, and Kennedy's up to his feet, 1 point escape.
Kennedy's starting to look a little tired himself out there.
Yeah.
Bronigal gets whipped over.
To his back, getting near falls. Got a 2 count.
Got a 4 count out of it. Patrick Kennedy at the very end gets a takedown to the back for 6. That'll give him a 14-4 major decision.
Bronigal took a shot from too far away, and Patrick Kennedy caught him kind of like in a little whip over while Bronigal was extended there for the near falls. That's going to be the final of after riding time, 15-4.
Hawks up 16-13. Back in 30, this is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Stock up on your big game essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids is your one-stop shop, offering Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, plus Edgewood locker meats and a wide variety of Iowa-made products. At Local Craft Cellar, they have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Stop by today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Again, that's 7085 C Avenue Northeast. Please drink responsibly.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, Mediacom Matt sees 174 pounds. Nelson Brands for the Hawkeyes. Number 7, Edmund Ruth, sophomore at 18-1 for Illinois. Hawks lead 16-13. We asked Cody Goodwin earlier. We're trying to figure out for sure if Ruth is related to Ed Ruth, former Penn State wrestler who's on the staff at Illinois. It's a brother. Ed Ruth, the coach, is Edward Ruth, and this is Edmund Ruth, his younger brother. So,
wow,
18-1 on the season. He's got the pedigree, you know.
Yeah, he won the Midlands, I believe. I know he's at least in the finals. I don't know if he won it. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he won it.
Nelson did not wrestle last week. How about that? Just got a $100 donation from Johnny Nost.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Remember
nice.
John, our former board op?
Heck yeah.
Used to work at KXIC. John, thank you. Very nice. Trying to get back to my Midlands results page.
2-on-1 by Nelson right now, just kind of jacking up Ruth. I don't look for this match to be very high scoring or exciting, but yet this is one of those matches where you don't want to look away, because as soon as you do,
something's going to happen.
Yeah. It's going to be very fast, very quick, and if you look away, you're going to miss it, and that might be the only thing that happens the entire match.
Yeah. Stalemate blown, 1:12 to go.
Both these guys have potential of doing amazing things, but they just kind of wait until they need to make it happen.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
Nelson tried snapping Ruth there, didn't get anywhere with it. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Hawks now lead this one 16-3 with a big major decision by Patrick Kennedy. Patrick Kennedy was ranked 12th if you want to go off of rankings of paper, and Bronigo was ranked 11th. So to major the guy that's ranked in front of you, that's pretty impressive by Patrick Kennedy. Speaking of the plunge.
By action there by Nelson, but couldn't follow through with it.
Speaking of the plunge, Stacy Olson, my store manager, she's awesome, and she runs the Iowa Style Apparel retail store, and she put on our Facebook page the link to the plunge, and it's directly right to the pledgers, like if you wanted to pledge to someone. So if you went to the Iowa Style Apparel Facebook page, you could find the direct link on there of where to go to pledge. So thank you for doing that, Stacy. Stacy's always on top of it.
Scoreless at the end of the first period. Score big savings. Shop online at HyVdeals.com. Hy-Vee is proud to support Hawkeye Wrestling. Ruth did win the Midlands 4-1 over Incontrera of Penn in the finals.
He stormed his way through that bracket.
5-2, 3-1, 5-3, 10-4, 4-1. He starts down to begin the second period. Worked up to his feet, but Nelson pulls him right back down. Trying to get that right arm. Trap the wrist or see if he can get it pulled back up onto the back. Nelson. Can't quite see just from the angle that he's at. He's got that deep waist. I can't tell if he's trying to get that 2-on-1. I'm going to stalemate it. Neither guy really improving their position there.
Something's wrong with, I think, the riding time. Frost is on it.
I think it says 31 riding time and 1:28, so it should be 32. It might be one of those like fractions of a second.
Well,
Ruth explodes to his feet, out for the escape. Well, nope, Nelson stays on him. Gets in on that leg right on the edge, continuing to try to work here. Ruth has our far wrist, though. Nelson still technically in the top position. Now Ruth gets his toe to the mat and gets out for the escape.
Well, he just bought himself an extra 10 seconds of riding time. That was impressive by Nelson right there. I like that. And it also showed the athleticism by Edmund Ruth. I told you, both these guys got some great ability and can do amazing things. It just doesn't, neither one of them like to pull the trigger a lot. But when they do, it's fun to watch, just like that little exchange right there.
44 seconds to go, second period. Ruth for Illinois leading Iowa's Nelson Brands 1-0. Hawks on top 16-13 in the team score. Ruth trying to find an underhook on Nelson's right side. Nelson just pushes him away. Kept the hands on him, though. Switches off up into those collar ties. Each guy left hand up on that collar. Nelson. Good reaction right there. Nelson tried snapping and he kind of slipped off, and he sensed that he was, if he left himself flat-footed there, something bad could happen, and he kind of exploded back to square back up. That's something that earlier some of our guys weren't doing. They'd kind of snap, they'd be out of position, they just kind of sit there and then find themselves in trouble. Oh. Nelson starts down here to begin the third, trailing 1-0. Explodes up to his feet, out for the escape in 1 second. So we're tied up at 1. Ruth trying to find an underhook. Nelson, that left hand just draped right now on the shoulder area.
This one very well could come down to overtime, Steven.
A lot of just jockeying for position right now.
It's one of those situations where both guys, nobody wants to make a mistake. That's basically what it comes down to, because both guys' defense is so good, and they're so strong and powerful that they're nervous to pull the trigger because they don't want to. They'd rather see the other guy fall and slip on a wet spot
right.
to be offensive and take that risk of taking a shot. Ruth has been controlling the underhook on Nelson's right side this whole third period, though.
There's a snaps clear out of that.
Yeah, he cleared out of it finally, Nelson did. Now he's getting inside tie. Now he's faking. Now he's starting to move a little bit more. Now they're kind of exchanging some different half attempts.
30 seconds to go in regulation, tied up at 1.
30 seconds.
Both guys with the left-handed collar tie now. Ruth throws that left hand towards Nelson's leg. Not really a threat of a shot. Period will come to an end, tied up at 1 as they'll put 2 minutes up on the clock. Take the writing time off. Molly's Cupcakes proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. 2-minute sudden victory, tied up at 1.
This one actually might come down to past the 2 minutes and get down to the mat for overtime, too.
There's a shot by Nelson. Head to the outside, trying to elevate with it. Ruth able to get his toe down to the mat, though. Kept that hand down as Nelson came across.
Man, that was a really nice left-handed high crotch right there by Nelson. He got in deep, too. That shows you how good Edmund Ruth's defense is. Did a great job fighting the hands of Nelson and then also getting his toe to the mat right there. Great balance.
Approaching a minute to go now in the sudden victory. Ruth pushing into Nelson a little bit. Snap by Nelson. Couldn't follow through, though. Sometimes it's just as fun to watch our fans. You see it, they sense it. They're all on the edge of their seat. There's Ruth trying to jack up double unders on Nelson. Nelson able to slip arm out of it.
Nice job. Ruth's been trying to get those double unders with that underhook. He's been working hard at getting those.
30 left in the sudden victory period.
30 seconds.
Each guy again, left-handed collar. Ruth controlling our right wrist.
Well, you're going to see this go down on the mat now. Ruth hasn't taken a shot the whole match, has he? Just those double unders.
Just those double unders, yeah.
The only thing he's attempted offensively.
So we'll flip the coin, see who starts down here first.
Well, they're both super explosive off the whistle. It's going to be Nelson.
Nelson going to start down. Caution on Nelson. Started early. Nelson to his feet. Trying to get that hand control. Somersaults through, grabs the leg. They circle out of bounds. No points.
Score. That's a good job by Edmund Ruth. And Edmund Ruth kind of started falsely in there. He kind of covered hard and really got a bite out of the deep waist there on that start. That Jason Westbury missed that one.
Nelson back up to his feet. Tries to somersault through. Ruth staying behind the arms, though. Putting on a much tougher ride this time than he did in regulation.
Well, this is for all the marbles, and he knows that.
And Ruth will ride him out.
Well,
now Nelson's going to have to return the favor.
Edmund's Ruth super explosive as well. Want to know if he should go neutral and then try and take him down. I don't think so. I think
you ride him.
Yeah, for sure.
No stall calls, so that won't be a factor. Nelson drives Ruth down. Ruth back up to his feet. Nelson between the crotch. Trying to drive him. Right on the edge. Drops down to the ankle. Ruth
come up,
back in.
Come up, Nelson.
Nelson's going to take the stall call here with 13 seconds on the clock. Can't remember if he rides him out. Do they do 2 minutes again for another sudden victory?
Yeah.
Hawk fans getting to their feet, trying to spur the hometown boy on. Ruth reaching back, trying to neck wrench.
Bylock. Yes!
Nelson takes him back down.
Flat. Keep him flat. Keep him flat. Keep him flat.
Ruth.
Dang it, he got out with 3 seconds to go. 3 seconds to go, he got out. Yeah, dang it.
Ruth wins 2-1. Ties things up at 16 apiece. Back in 30, this is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa Lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
One big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes. Thank you.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Iron Man brings Abe Assad out for 184 pounds on Mediacom mat. He's taking on number 29, Dylan Connell, a freshman with a 12-9 record.
I really like how Assad came out aggressive in all of his matches out of the gate at a Soldier Salute. He really came out and got to the offense right away.
Good sign, too. He's got a smaller, just kind of a knee brace, or just like a knee sleeve, not the full leg sleeve that he had in the finals after he tweaked his knee in the semifinals. 16-16 is our score. There's a snap almost down to the ankle by Abe, but Connell able to kick away.
Well, if we win by regular decision in this match and lose by regular decision at 97, and it's tied going into heavyweight, we're heavily favored at heavyweight. It's really nice having a guy like Tony Cassiope at the end of our lineup.
Yeah.
And 97, obviously, we're favored to win there. Jacob Warner over Zach Brownigal, who's number 10, but that is absolutely zero zilch, no gimme.
Right.
But this is a big match here. This one we need.
Assad reaches for a shot.
Reaching way too far away, Assad is there.
Minute 40 to go, first period, no score at 184 pounds.
Need to get in closer.
Circling there right in the center of the mat. Come across, Abe snaps, tries to get to a leg. Connell, though, kept the arm down.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Minute left here in the first.
Well, I'm eating some crow right now because I thought maybe he'd come out really hard and aggressive in the first period like he did in all of his matches at Soldier Salute, but not quite so much here tonight. There's a snap, though. I mean, like it's like he had a purpose at the Soldier Salute. Like, he was on a mission to score that first period.
There he's getting a little more aggressive, a snap into a front headlock, but couldn't finish anything.
He ended up winning a nail-biter in the finals against Berge, South Dakota State. His first period is going to end 0-0.
Stop it with 2 seconds left for locked fingers. Jason Wedgbury warning Connell. Next time it'll be a stall call. And it will be scoreless after one. University of Iowa Healthcare has the game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare, proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes. Saad's choice, he'll start down to begin the second period. A real move from the bottom. Reaching back, trying to get that hand control into a sit-out. Connell trying to suck back. We work our way back down to our base.
Connell doing a good job so far riding Assad, doing a lot of the right things. Assad needs to get his head up, though. He's got his head down, trying to get hand control up to his feet now. No,
almost had it. Got tripped down.
Yep, got tripped back up there. Connell putting on a good ride right now on Assad, making Assad work really hard to get out from underneath.
Abe to his feet again. This time gets the hand control and squares up for the escape. Makes it 1-0.
That was a good job by Abe, sticking with it, staying with that, really working hard, never giving up from that bottom position. He had to fight hard and work hard to get that one-point escape. Now we got to get a takedown this period, Stephen.
1 minute remaining in the period.
We need a takedown this period.
When they get locked up, I mean, you talk about there's a shot by Connell. We tried to reshoot, but couldn't get it. You talk about, Kennedy making that ankle pick look so easy. I mean, as heavy as Connell's leading that right foot, and Abe swipes at that foot, but, I mean, you would just think if you could figure out what Kennedy did.
Well, what Assad just did right there is there's a shot from Assad, but everything Assad's doing is from too far away.
Too far away and straight on.
Yeah, he's reaching a lot, and he's shooting from a ways. But what the difference in Assad and what Patrick Kennedy was doing, going that lead right foot like you're talking about, is Patrick Kennedy was attacking same side hand and foot. And Assad tried attacking opposite hand to opposite side foot.
Right.
And it's a lot longer reach.
So
it's not going to be near as quick.
In other words, Kennedy, as it's scoreless, or it's 1-0 if that period comes to an end, Assad with the lead. Kennedy, right hand on the collar, took his left hand to Bronigal's right foot.
Correct.
Left to right, whereas Assad had the left hand on the collar, took his right hand to the right foot.
Yep.
And so you're reaching all the way across the body. Connell up to his feet. Abe trying to pick him up. Over to the edge, does pick him up. They go out of bounds, head back to the center.
I'm not liking this. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous here, Steven. I don't like how this match is going. At all. This is what I was talking about earlier in our pre-match talk about how you can't just get caught sleeping a little bit during a match, this time of year and let someone sneak a win in on you. And this is kind of what's happening right now. It's all tied up 1-1.
Not really a lot of action from the feet from either guy.
The thing, though, is, Steven, Connell doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, this is right now, this is what he wants. This is the type of match he wants. And judging
by Abe, tried to get a go behind and does for 2.
Finally. We snapped him, but the thing is the reason we scored there is we kept our hands on him after we snapped him. And Connell tried coming up and squaring, but we just kept our hands on him and stayed with him and went to go behind instead of snapping sometimes and letting a guy come up. Abe, I think, knew what was at stake right there. He had opportunity, and he seized that opportunity. That was big. He knew how big that was right there, and he capitalized on it.
He's trying to get that 2-on-1 now from this top position. Connell reaching back, trying to peel those hands free. Mike Poeta telling Jason Wedgbury he's riding parallel, but Abe over to that left side, working a wrist. 20 seconds to go here. Abe still has Connell down flat on that mat. Every time Connell tries to get that butt up in the air, Abe just pressures it down. Riding time will not be a factor, but Abe Assad will get a third period takedown, and he will win by a score of 3-1. Hawks go on top 19-16. Back in 30, this is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Fat Bottom Girls brings out Jacob Warner at 197 pounds, taking on number 10 Zach Bronigal, a junior at 13-3. Hawks lead 19-16 in the team score. Nice little short drag attempt by Warner, but Bronigal squared back up. Much like his brother at 165, Bronigal just thick, good defense, hard to score on. Patrick Kennedy got a major decision against the lighter of the two twins. Stop the action there for
I seen after that match of Assad and Connell, they were talking to each other, but not in a negative way. Like they were talking like they knew each other, were best friends, and they're both from Illinois, so I'm sure that had something to do with it. And Boomer Kortmeyer, good friend of mine, and Hawkeye supporter, and UNI supporter, which is fine. He just informed me that Connell was a 3-time state champ for Illinois and would have been a 4-timer if it wasn't for COVID. So he's not no slouch.
Yeah. Speaking of UNI, congratulations to
Schwabe.
Hawkeye Doug Schwab.
100 matches or 100
dual wins.
Dual wins, yeah.
Former NCAA champion here for the black and gold.
Ooh, nice misdirection
there.
Yeah, good action by Jacob Warner right there.
Well, he tried throwing the left-handed underhook by, didn't get it, and then came right back and threw the right-handed underhook by.
He tried going to a single off of it, but Bronigal was able to step out of that, kind of like turn and kick out of that right there. Warner has a bloody nose now.
When you plant Whiffles, you're not just choosing superior seed corn, you're making a statement, one that says staying independent, staying family-owned means something on your farm. So make your choice. Plant your independence. Plant Whiffles.
Little AC/DC during blood time here. This is a big match for Jacob Warner here.
Yeah.
This is a match that definitely could make a difference come for a seed at the Big Ten Championships.
Yeah.
These are the matches you need to win if you're Jacob Warner. Jacob Warner coming off a victory at the Soldier Salute.
That's that little short drag again. Gets caught in a front headlock. Clears up out of it, though. Feels like Jacob is doing a better job this year. I mean, not necessarily 100% consistently, but just being more aggressive with his
hands.
hands.
There's a nice drag. Nice drag. Gets around behind, trying to elevate the leg up now. Smelling blood. Now, this is where he's got to get better. Remember, Bastida, he couldn't finish here.
Yep.
This is the same situation, and he doesn't get the takedown. He has to take it high. Take it high. Now he has a hard leg. No. Wow. And he locked up a cradle on us.
Slide off. Out of bounds. No points.
Jeez.
Both teams want a challenge. Warner thought that there was a takedown, that he was around both legs and the hand touched before he lost control of it. Mike Poeta is wanting to challenge that Bronigal had a cradle locked up on the edge of the mat, and it should have been 2.
Warner always wants to challenge. He's always telling Tom to throw the brick in. Yep, challenge, throw it in. But the thing is, though, Warner has to do a better job. Now we're seeing on the big screen. He has to take the leg higher. He keeps
he
it
did
under.
Not have the 2 there.
He has to take the leg higher under his. He can't just keep it under his armpit. He needs to drop the shoulder and take it up on top of the shoulder.
So what do you think right there? Bronigal had the cradle locked in, but we were still locked through his leg.
Well, we were still locked through his leg, so that's why I just think that there's no control there. He didn't have us turned on our hip. You know what I'm saying? We were flat on our belly. If he had us turned on our hip right there, then that's 2. But he didn't have the hip.
And I hope Tom doesn't put that in, because watching it up on the big screen, Warner did not have both ankles. Bronigal's foot kind of slid underneath of him. Jason Wedgbury over to the announcer. No takedown, I believe I saw him say. So now Tom Brands wants to check and challenge, saying that 3 points touched. So they'll back it up a little bit further. Iowa Style Apparel is your stop for all things Hawkeye. Get the latest looks for Hawk fans of all ages, including an expansive Hawkeye wrestling section. Shop online at iowastyleapparel.com or visit their store on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Iowa Style Apparel, your home for all things Hawkeye. Everything in my power to just keep driving by. We went up. I think you guys were closed on New Year's Eve, weren't you?
Yes.
So that helped. But my sister-in-law's boyfriend works at the U.S. Cellular store just up the street from you. And so we had to get Riley a new phone. She had an old iPhone 6. Battery was dead every 5 minutes. And so drove right past your place on the way up there on Edgewood Road.
Right off of Edgewood by Target. It's a good place to have a store, is by Target.
We went to Target after we got done at U.S. Cellular.
See what I'm saying?
Both calls confirmed. No takedown
I think
either
that
way.
was good, yep. I think it was good both ways. Let him figure it out on the mat.
So scoreless with 35 seconds to go on the restart.
God dang it. But going back to that, Warner has to. They have to teach him. He has to get the leg higher on your shoulder. When you're under the armpit.
Under the armpit,
and
yeah.
it's all that. And then when you got, especially a guy like Bastida, who's super long and has great balance. And then what the problem is, then Warner gets so extended trying to trip him with that long reach. And then that's also how he gave up his own leg.
Yeah.
Take it high under the shoulder.
Scoreless first period. Bronigal will have his choice. He'll defer, so Warner will start down. Cotton swab in his right nostril. A real move from Jacob off the whistle. Just basing out wide. Bronigal just kind of draped right there. Now Jacob works up to his feet. Hand control out for the escape.
Nice job. Hand control. Good job.
Right before that flurry that they reviewed a couple of times, I was just saying Jacob using his hands more, and that was like the second or third time he tried hitting that drag. That was the best that he'd been able to set it up. But it's where he's been caught over his career, is kind of hanging out in that hand fighting and forgetting that the point is to get to the other guy's legs. And he's done a much better job of that this year.
For sure. No doubt. I agree. Warner's been the aggressor in this match, for sure. I mean, he's tried a lot of different offense and just has not been able to get to the score. And same thing with you going all the way back to the Iowa State match. He was the aggressor there against Bastida. He just could not score, but he waited too long. He needs to find a different way of scoring or take that leg higher. But against the good, high-quality opponents, you're just not going to score if it's as high as you go as the underneath the armpit, and then you reach and extend your leg so far that you become off balance and you can't finish. And you almost get taken down like what happened right on the edge right there.
40 on the clock. Second period. 1-0 is the lead for Warner. Jacob coming across to again that right-handed collar tie. Bronigal throwing an underhook in, peeks up at the clock. Jacob swims out of that. Throws that cotton swab out of his nose. Ten seconds to go here in the second period. Bronigal reaches at the leg, touched it. Didn't really do much more beyond that.
He was getting a feel for next period when he actually might have to start wrestling.
Bronigal will start down. Warner leads 1-0. Jacob's good on top, but Bronigal usually pretty explosive off that bottom as well. Right away into a tripod. Jacob around on that right side, forward pressure. Trying to get that 2-on-1, not there. Bronigal hits a nice switch, gets out for the escape.
Bronigal showed right there how explosive he can be when he wants to be.
Tied up at 1, riding time exactly 0.
That's what I was saying about Patrick Kennedy's Danny Bronigal that he's wrestling. These Bronigal brothers, they know how to wrestle, and they can wrestle. Explosive kids, but they're very stingy. They don't put a lot of points on the board, but they're hard to score on. But Patrick Kennedy made it a major decision on Danny. That was some great wrestling right there by Patrick Kennedy. He caught Danny getting out of position at the end of the match there when Danny was having to try and get a shot off. But because Patrick had such a good lead, it forced Danny to try and have to do something.
A little short drag attempt again by Jacob. Bronigal trying to throw an underhook by Warner.
Warner's got to feel that. He's got to know that's coming. Danny's starting to, Zach Bronigal is starting to pick up his offense a lot more now here. The last about a minute to go. I just keep thinking low single to that left leg of Bronigal.
Snap just to clear the tie right there.
Warner has a low single in his repertoire. You know who does for a big guy, though? Is Tony Cassiope.
He does. And Warner tried to throw an underhook by himself.
All right, looks like we're going to go OT again.
Bronigal, reshot by Warner, couldn't get it. Back across, Bronigal gets deep in on Warner and takes him down for 2.
Wow, one shot. He batting 1,000 against Warner.
Ties
batting
it up.
1,000. I told you that was a big match right there.
Warner hobbling a little bit. 3-1 the final, 19-19 as we head to heavyweight. Back with this right when we return. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
We move to the heavyweights on Mediacom, Matt. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside, as we see Tony Cassiope toe the line for the Hawkeyes, taking on Matt Wroblewski, senior at 10-7, former 197-pounder. Jacob Warner tussled with Wroblewski a few times over their careers so far.
Now, going back to the ASAB match, how big was that takedown now?
Yeah. Otherwise, we could be looking at needing a pen to win this. As it stands, we're tied up at 19. Cassiope, underhook on that right side. Wroblewski, I remember when he wrestled Jacob Warner, just real long. He's put on a little bit of weight, but still not huge for a heavyweight. Tony trying to get a front headlock in on him.
Well,
snap into a double leg. Comes
body
up into that
lock.
body lock. Takes him down for
to
two.
His back.
To his back.
And almost rolled over Cassiope there, but Cassiope is able to come off of it. We got 2 takedown, and did we get 2 near fall?
No, he didn't give the takedown till he said
After
that Wroblewski bumped him off, and so there wasn't the takedown till after we recovered.
All right, this is where Tony Cassiope is going to be a tough. It's going to make it really difficult for Wroblewski to defend the top position from Tony Cassiope. You got a big old heavyweight on you, knows how to ride, knows how to turn.
He's just kind of basing out, and there's Tony coming out front trying to get that knee on the head.
Yeah.
Where's
your stall warning? There you go. Right on cue.
Wroblewski hipping down hard on that right side. Cassiope scooping the head with the knee again, trying to get that arm up onto the back. Wroblewski. Still hipping hard. Tony now all the way out front. Another stall call on Wroblewski.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Makes it 3-0 now in favor of Cass.
Well, Cass is keeps trying to come over the head with his knee right there, but he is not getting anywhere with it. Rip the arm out from underneath his belly and put it on his back.
I mean, he's basically grabbing
Just
on.
rip it out.
He's grabbing to his own stomach, just kind of stopping that.
You can rip it out there. Drive forward with your right shoulder and yank that arm out of there, and then throw it across his back. And we're not even trying that. We just keep going to the knee over the front of the head, but we keep getting stall calls. So
Tony, period comes to an end. He'll take a 4-0 lead. Takedown and 2 stall calls. 3 stall calls, actually. Cassiope defers. Wroblewski is going to go neutral.
I was going to say, I thought he went down. I'm like, what? Okay, that's what we're going back to, feet to back, because obviously we can't turn him there.
Snap, front headlock. Couldn't follow through. Wroblewski with a shot from a ways away. Tony comes up, underhook. Drops into that double leg again. Comes back up, underhook, into a body lock. And takes him down for 2 and holds him on his back. Just like you said, partner, feet to back. Not in a great pinning spot. See if he can come back and adjust. Not going to be able to. But he does get 4 more with the 2 takedown. Makes it now a 10-0 lead.
You know what I say? Cut him again. You got a minute 20. Cut him again and go feet to back again. You got a better chance of putting him to his back from feet than you do on the bottom. I want to see a pin. Let him go.
Poeta still hollering, thinking that Cassiope's riding parallel. Now Tony coming around. Trying to get that wrist.
And again,
Wroblewski hipping down hard.
Never, ever tries to go to a guy's left side. He never tries it. I mean, I'm kind of harping on the guy. He's winning 10-0, but we could be doing so much more here.
.35 seconds to go. Wroblewski hipping down hard. Cassiope has been reaching to that left arm a couple of times this match. And Tony trying to roll his hip. There's another stall call. That'll be 2 for Cass. Makes it 12-0. Now he's scooping the head again with the knee. Not getting anywhere. Reaching across to that far arm. Seeing if he can get a wing on that left side. Not there. Now comes back to the wrist. Trying to roll him up. Period comes to an end. 12-0. Cass with the lead. Cassiope's going to go top.
Dang it. I was hoping we were going to go down or neutral ourselves because we're not getting anywhere on top. I mean, right now what the coaching staff is thinking, stalling them, a couple more stall calls and the match is over.
Yeah.
That's what we're thinking. I'd rather see it by going feet to back and getting a fall than a boring ride and just a stall call for a 6-point victory.
Same spot we've been for almost 4 minutes of this match. Cassiope trying to pull that right wrist up onto the back. Now he's levering the far arm, trying to get that chicken wing in. Beluski hipping down hard on that right side. Cass trying to make it look good, like he's trying to pull, and he's just hanging on to himself. He's almost got that arm snuck out. Beluski staying flat on the mat. Literally, we've been saying the same spot for almost a minute.
No, we have not for almost a minute. We've been in the same spot for about 5 minutes. And that's it. Match is over.
Stalled him out. 25-19 will be the final score in favor of the Hawkeyes. A lot closer than we thought it was going to be, but still a victory nonetheless for the Hawkeyes. Let's take a look at our Riverside Casino and Golf Resort dual meet recap. 125 fall for Spencer Lee. Illinois with a fall at 133 and a major decision at 141. A fall for Murin at 149. Siebrecht loses 12-7. Kennedy a 15-4 major. Nelson Brands loses in sudden victory. Actually tiebreaker. Abe Assad wins 3-1. Jacob Warner loses 3-1. Tony Cassiope wins by stalling out Matt Robluski. And the third period, 25-19, the final score. That's your Hawkeye Dual Meet recap presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants, and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. As Coach Tom Brands is working his way up here to talk about this one. Working his way through the crowd as well. Well, like we said, a little closer than we thought, but the Hawks dug deep and got the victory as Coach Brands getting the headgear on. Coach, 25-19, came down to heavyweight there. Found a way to dig deep. A lot of close matches out there. Some things not necessarily the way we wanted to see here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll let you guys talk and I'll answer questions.
So we want to point right away at Patrick Kennedy. Coming out of break, we're down. He's taking on a guy ranked ahead of him, gets a major decision. And that was one that we talked about, really a key match for the night. And he really dug deep. He found a way to get a victory. What did you see from Patrick in that match?
Gave up a takedown late, but he built his lead to the point where it was, he was building for the bonus. And then he gets a quick move and puts the guy in his back at last points of the match. You don't have to give up that takedown in the third, though. But, hey, give the guy credit. He's been dealing with some things in a little bit with his, we're working through some things, and he's really made progress, and that was good to see. And it's nothing serious. I mean, I'm not going to be specific, but it's nothing serious. But that was a good match. We like that.
And then also looking at Abe Assad. That's a close match. And, he was able to find a way in that third period, got a big takedown there.
Yeah, when it's 1-0, it's 1-0 Warner, 1-0 Assad, 1-0 Nelson. You see that coaching staff over there congratulating themselves because they're strategizing and it's 1-0. You got to pick up on that. You got to know that that's the strategy. And it was too slow. And Abe Assad knows he has to work hard in his matches. And the pace was too slow. And we got to work harder. So here's the thing. Never satisfied. If we lose that dual meet, I'm talking the same way I am now. We got to be healthy. We got to put our best team on the mat. And when matches are slow, we got to pick up the pace. And we got to realize that it's easy to strategize. It's easy. And how hard are you willing to work to crack that egg open? I mean, just crack it open. Go get points. It is that easy.
My OW of the night, even though it wasn't a hard match for him, was the way Max Mirren came out after things went south for us in a couple of those matches there, but got the crowd back into it, and he did it in a really, really good fashion. What do you see out of Max Mirren, not only tonight, but being his sixth year here now and where he's at in the room and being a leader on this team?
Well, I know he's rooting for the Patriots to lose and the Dolphins to lose and the Steelers to win. I know that. And good job giving him credit, Ironside, that you're absolutely right. Spencer Lee. I mean, look at that guy. I mean, here's the thing. We got to stay healthy. We got to get healthy. You know, Warner yells out in pain, and he's had that knee issue. It's the same knee. What are you going to stand there and watch guys come to you, or you're going to realize that the pace is slow and you got to go, and you got to realize what that other coaching staff is doing. You got to realize what the rest of the United States and the world is doing in terms of trying to keep things even and close. And if we work hard, we have tremendous scoring ability. Every one of those guys. I mean, you saw Warner. I mean, he's on the guy. Got a stall call. He almost scored, on the rear standing, no reaction time. I agree with the referee's call. Morningstar wanted to throw the cube, and so we threw the cube. It was late in the duel, and that's what you do. If we get it, we get it. But you can do things that put guys down beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I'm lecturing now, so I'm going to get off this. This is boring, not for me, but for the listeners.
You'd be surprised, Coach. Everybody out there in Radioland is eating this up.
I'm saying that you're bored, Mr. and Mrs. Listener out there. But bottom line is we can't let guys do to us what. It just drives me crazy. I watch them. I watch that staff, and they congratulate themselves. That's all he's got. I'm being a poor sport right now.
Well, Coach, get on the bus tomorrow. Head up to West Lafayette, take on Purdue on Sunday. So a chance to get right back after it.
You're chomping at the bit now. So, hey, you need some motivation to get ready for Purdue. I mean, that's it. He's down there screaming because we don't shake hands anymore because everybody wants to pick a fight with us. He's down there screaming, "You'll remember this. You'll remember this." I mean, that's a guy that let one slip away, and I think he's a little bit pissed off at the world. But hey, that's his problem. We're going to Purdue. We're moving on.
Thanks, Tom. It's Hawkeye Coach Tom Brands. We'll take a quick timeout. Back with more of your post-meet right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I'm in a test plot near Portageville, Missouri that's dedicated to new Pioneer brand A-Series and List E3 soybeans. Row to row, it looks impressive. But what's more impressive is what you can't see with the naked eye. Exclusive and elite Pioneer genetics. And the performance makes it anything but a regular Enlist E3 soybean. From field to lab, Pioneer brand A-Series and Enlist E3 soybeans are like no other.
This is Coralville City Administrator Kelly Hayworth reminding you to shop and eat locally. Now, your favorite Coralville businesses offer more options for finding what you want for your home and family. Local restaurants, bakeries, and breweries have perfected carryout and delivery. Coralville shops continue excelling in personalized service. They take pride in helping you find the perfect item or gift for any occasion. Thank you for infusing Coralville with your shopping and dining dollars.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Hawkeyes win by a score of 25-19 tonight over the Illinois Fighting Illini. Mark, like Coach Tom Brand said, like several of the fans have said, a lot of close matches, and a lot of those matches maybe didn't have to be quite so close.
I think Coach Tom Brands was absolutely spot on. I mean, that's why I have a hard time asking him questions because, I mean,
it's hard because you know a lot more than I do, but over these years, you kind of know what's going through his brain a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, he's got a million things he's thinking about, and you want to try to steer him in a direction away from it, but he gets locked in sometimes.
It's hard to ask a guy questions when he's going to turn around and when you already kind of know the answer, and to me, it kind of seems fake, right. And he knows that. And so it's a tough interview, at least for me. You do a much better job than I do. But overall, he hit the nail on the head. He hit the nail on the head in so many matches tonight that they strategized. They just wanted to keep it close. They wanted to come down to one takedown. They knew where our strengths and weaknesses were. You can look at 33. They did not expect that. They did not. Bird, he after he win that match and he pinned Colin Shriver, you would have thought that he won a national title.
Yeah.
And, and then 41, I don't know where Real Woods is, but, I think Tommy alluded to we have to get healthy. Now, I don't know if that means, because, he was practicing on Tuesday. He looked great on Tuesday. Full bore, no problem, no issues. I don't know what he means by we got to get healthy, if he got sick somewhere along the way or if, he ended up getting injured. I don't know, but I'm assuming he was kind of meaning that towards Real Woods. But when the Illinois team saw that Real Woods wasn't out there, they started licking their chops and they had to wipe the gravy off their face from Thanksgiving still because they thought they had a chance to win this dual meet now. Now, to me, it's like, that's not really the way, I wouldn't really call that a victory. That's an 8-point plus, swing right there. But 57, they kept it close. And you know what? Actually, I take that back. Not at 57. 57 came out and took it to us.
Yeah.
That guy looked really, really good. 65, that was their game plan. Patrick Kennedy just wouldn't allow it to happen. 74, they wanted to keep it close. That's how the match went. But so did we. So we played that game. 84, we played that game. But luckily, Assad smelled blood and got that takedown when we needed it. 84, or that's what, 97, same thing. They kept it close. Heavyweight, obviously, just wanted not to get pinned. So, I don't know. When you see that's what they're looking to do, Tom's 100% right. You have to know that when you come out of the tunnel and you step foot on the line, that is not going to happen to me. That's not going to happen. Here's how it's going to go. Right away after the first whistle, this is how it's going to go. You know what? Your coach can try and coach you any way you want. They can tell you strategize. I've got a high crotch, head of the inside single, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. This is how it's going to go, like it or not. And that's kind of the mentality that you got to have when you toe the line. And we don't do that. We play those games with these guys in certain weight classes, and then you end up losing overtime matches like we did tonight.
Yeah. Well, I'd said it in the pre-meet, felt like on paper should be a comfortable Hawkeye win in the team score, but you wanted to make sure you did things the right way. It came down to the heavyweights because things weren't done the right way in a lot of those matches and found ourselves up against it. Team-wise, it's a win. It goes down 8-0 now as the team record, but, you could tell, when Tom says, hey, I want you to ask me a question, that's because to him that was a loss tonight.
Yeah, he wasn't happy. He wasn't having it. And he's like, ask me a couple of questions to get me out of here type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's what he was kind of alluding to. He didn't want to be on air tonight.
Yeah. Well, it is a win for the Hawks, 25-19. We need to take another quick timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up from Carver right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali. And I'm Briley. We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the off-season, conditioning is number one. At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round. And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball. Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first. Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route. Local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find the drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
I'm here for Pioneer Brand Seeds, a block away from another ag company's corporate office. This company concentrates their breeders here in one centralized location. That's not how Pioneer works. Our breeders are located where their test plots are. That way, Pioneer corn breeders gain insights about what does and doesn't work for a local geography in real time. Ask your local Pioneer sales representative about field-proven Pioneer brand corn hybrids. And like our breeders, they're located near you.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
Your station for Iowa wrestling all season long is AM 800 KXIC in Iowa City. Now let's wrap up tonight's broadcast. Here once again is Stephen Grace.
Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside trying to contain our daughters that are going to, they just, Riley Grace and Grace Ironside both said they're going to jump for us.
Yep.
It's on the radio. It's 100%. So we'll raise the money, and they're going to jump for us.
Grace is jumping for me. Hannah's at school. Maggie will probably have a wrestling tournament. But Grace, we're going to be tight next Saturday. Grace and I, we can go tandem, Grace. Go tandem, hand in hand, jumping in the water, slow, father-daughter-like. We never had a dance, but we're going to have a plunge. So before we get off the air, all right, guys, said earlier, our good friend Bob Selby, my good friend Bob Selby, from doing the Iowa High School Boys State Wrestling Tournament every year, sat here quietly this entire dual meet. But before we get off the air, Bob, what did you think? What did you think of sitting here and going through the first duel here in Carver Hawkeye Arena?
Well, you have it nice with duels, I'll say that. A duel is a whole different world than a state tournament with a few matches going on at a time. So it's a relaxed setting, but it's too emotional for me as a Hawk fan. I admire how you guys stay under control to a degree. Sometimes.
To a degree. Yeah, this is like, as Bob and I were talking, this is a cakewalk doing radio.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to doing the TV at the State High School Wrestling Tournament when you're trying to cover the semifinals. That's 4 matches at one time, which Steven knows, too. We're trying to cover radio and multiple matches at one time as well, too.
Bob, when we did the Soldier Salute semifinals last week, it took an hour and a half before we took our first commercial break. Just because we had Hawkeyes, bam, bam, bam. And finally I'm like, we have guys still wrestling, but I need to take a commercial break. I mean, it's like the producer somewhere's like, go to commercial. And I'm like, we have guys wrestling. So I know your pain. It's tough at a tournament like that.
Yeah, a tournament lends itself to that. I mean, there's no way out of it. You're trapped there. You just have to hope for the best. But this atmosphere, of course, everybody loves being in Carver Hawkeye Arena, and wrestling is the biggest reason to be in here. So it's great.
Yep.
And I just appreciate the fact I get a chance to come down here and sit with you guys. You do a marvelous job, and this is it's got to be one of the funnest parts of your days.
Oh, yeah. All day today, it was just one of those, like, you just kind of wake up, not really grumpy, but just kind of, I'm just not in the mood today. Like, I don't need people. I just want to just kind of chill. And even driving over here, and I've talked to Mark about this before, there's days where you're like, man, there's a match tonight, and then you get in here, and it just, like, the electricity just starts building, and before you know it, it's like, I don't care about any of that other stuff, bam, it's MediaCom Matt, it's the Hawkeyes, you're just into it, and there's times you miss being here as a fan, but it's still awesome to be here and talk about it as we do it.
Well, that's exactly what I felt when I got here tonight. It was just on the way over here, I'm going to an Iowa-Illinois duel. I've been to a million duels, no big deal, but as soon as I got on the floor, it was just like goosebumps, and here I am. Hawkarama.
That's right.
Hey, before we get off the air, I just want to give a shout-out to a couple of former softball players that are wrestlers, and they're wrestling right now. We got the Girls State Wrestling Tournament coming up. Allie Rustler from New Hampton, who is a BA herself, and then out of Anamosa, Emily Waters. Two tough girls that are wrestlers and have been on our my daughter Hannah's Barracuda softball team, and I really enjoy coaching them. And even in the house, not a wrestler, but we have Kennedy Olson in the house tonight, and I'm so excited to get off the air and be able to visit with Kennedy Olson and get home and visit with her today too. So this has been an exciting day, and I appreciate you joining us, Bob.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for being here, Bob. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Hawks come away with the victory 25-19.
Oh, and we got to mention one last time.
Go
Arctic Plunge.
Arctic Plunge. Hawkeye Wrestling Club's website, HawkeyeWrestlingClub.com. Make your pledges for us. We've got a long ways to go, but we're going to get there. Next Saturday, 3 o'clock, doors open. Public is invited. You can donate up until the time we jump. So, if you show up and I'm there close and you want my kids to push me in, hey, just break out the checkbook. There you go. If we get to 3,000, Riley will jump.
Well, Grace is jumping with me.
They don't know what it's like to have Dad just lay the law down. Sunday, we are back in action at Purdue, and that is going to be a 1 o'clock Iowa time start. We will go on the air with a 12:45 pre-meet from Holloway Gymnasium in West Lafayette. Until then, Mark, we're going to have a long drive. We're driving up Sunday morning.
We are. Bright and early. It's going to be a long day.
It's all right. We're looking forward to it. It beats sitting on a bus and hanging in a hotel for a day and a half.
I agree.
Until then, for Mark Ironside, this is Stephen Grace. Hawks win 25-19 to move to 8-0. We will talk to you on Sunday. This has been Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, you've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling. Presented by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, your family-friendly, dependable, and honest auto repair shop. Celebrating 29 good years in Iowa City. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. And by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.
We now join Fox Sports Radio, already in progress on 800 KXIC and available on your Amazon smart speakers just by saying, Alexa, play 800 KXIC on iHeartRadio.
Greetings and welcome inside the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon.
Today's Friday.
And the sometimes attending producer Justin Frostberg and the always building grunts and playing Halo and getting his anime podcast ready.
Halo? That's a throwback. Who the hell plays
Alex
Halo
Teichert.
still?
Well, I mean, sometimes you don't have the money to upgrade your games. And you got to be good with what you got and try to master that.
Mike, even poor people don't play Halo anymore.
Yeah, but you could play. Wow, what is that? Wow.
What do you mean, what is that? People with no money.
Okay, all
Well,
right.
I think we got
like you and me.
I think we understood the.
We don't play Halo.
The definitional stuff of it all.
But I just figured Halo was something that like Teichert could play on an app that at this point you could just do it anywhere.
I mean, that's
really
fair.
Like Dragon's Lair all those years ago was such an elusive game, and now it's just kind of there.
Like Legend of Zelda. I don't understand. Yeah. How do I get past the first screen? I don't understand. I can't get past the first screen. This is awful. We're live from the TireRack.com studios. TireRack.com will help you get there. An unmatched selection, fast free shipping, free road hazard protection, over 10,000 recommended installers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Well, tonight's a big night. We're looking forward to the big final week of the National Football League regular season. We got bold predictions for Week 18. We got upset specials. We got everything. But right now, hold on a second. Stop me if you heard this one before. The Knicks had an insurmountable lead in the last 30 seconds, and they could be about to blow it. We haven't heard that for a while, but I just want to make sure we throw that out there now because it could actually happen.
I think you're using the term a while quite liberally there, because you were just on vacation a week ago when I got to watch Luka Doncic do great things. And
that was the whole thing. That was my joke. It was the dripping with sarcasm. We haven't seen it in a while. It just happened a couple weeks.
No, it wasn't.
It was the whole thing.
No. I just wanted to remind folks that you were conveniently out of town when that debacle went down, because I was nice. Because you weren't here to take your abuse. We focused on the Lucas side of it instead of mocking the Knicks. I mean, we took a couple of pot shots, but overall, I mean, because Frostberg was taking his sojourn, trying to coax the Chargers into the playoffs. So, the other guys didn't quite understand the anger, angst, and vitriol or the celebratory nature of such a collapse that they should have been able to dance in the hallways. Like when Kobe scored 60 that time, and people were dancing around. It's like, are we going to get that highlight? Nope. Why? Because our editors are dancing in the hallways, literally jumping up and down. Well, so we'll have to recreate it ourselves.
Hey, guys, I think Luka just scored on the Knicks again.
Just remember it's always about the Knicks. Even when it's not about the Knicks, it's about the Knicks. If the Knicks blow a lead, it doesn't matter if Wilt comes back and is playing. Wilt's got 60. I can't believe the Knicks blew that lead. Oh, my God, they let Wilt come all the way back. Look at that. It's about the Knicks. That's about the Knicks.
I'll tell you what, if Wilt pulls that off, I mean, you're talking about coming all the way back. Good Lord.
Yeah, well, look, I had to get Wilt in because we had the streak now at 2 because we mentioned Conan the Destroyer last night, which Wilt was in. So we got to get Wilt in 2 nights in a row.
Hey, Jason.
That's kind of how it goes. Yeah, what do you got, Frost?
What if I were to tell you the Raptors just hit a 5-pointer for the win?
Did Ice Cube do it in the Rock and Jock game?
Knicks lost 113-112.
Ice Cube hit a 3, and he got fouled, and they felt bad. We're just giving 2 more shots so they can win the game.
Speaking of the Knicks, real quick, I mean, Tom Thibodeau, he's got to let that hair go. He's just got to let that go. The comb over is just...
No.
You got to let that go, man.
He's clinging for dear life, man.
Maybe it's what's keeping the Knicks afloat here now. We just finished off the win. We just beat the Raptors. Maybe he feels like that hair is keeping us, 4 games over 500.
Well, Kawhi didn't play for them, so did you really win?
It doesn't. Kawhi hasn't played for them in years. It doesn't matter.
Hey, on a day-to-day basis, I mean, we're all clinging to the things that we hold dear, that make us happy in an off-chaotic and twirly world. Maybe for Tom Thibodeau, being able to still run his fingers through what's left of his hair in a tense situation in the fourth quarter is what calms him and brings him back and allow him to get grounded. So, why would you want to deprive the guy of that? Then we got enough bald guys that have decided to just to finish the job.
No, but this is next
Mother
level.
Nature do its thing. He's a stage 5 clinger. It's okay.
It's okay.
He's got like 3 hairs, like he's
Homer Simpson
from Charlie Brown.
No. You know what? Every time you say it, I think of Bill Murray from Kingpin when he's about to bowl. He just pulls all the hair over from one side to the next.
Nice.
But Ern McCracken had way more hair, though.
He did, but he still pulled it. I mean, it was all the way. I mean, that's my favorite part of Kingpin, when he just pulls all that hair over because he's so stressed out before he pulls. He just pulls that hair over. Twitter and How About a Fresca. Mike at Swollen Dome, the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon, live from the TireRack.com studios. Yes, the Knicks win. They may never lose again. But a part of all of this day, we have the big day. Look, huge day for DeMar Hamlin. The guy is off his tube now, and he's breathing on his own. He FaceTimed the Bills today during practice. You talk about an uplifting ending to a really difficult week, and it looks like he's just getting better and better every single day. And now you feel good about the NFL. You feel good about the fans who supported him, and you feel good about the doctors and his teammates and everything else, and a week that started so awfully, and it was all the NFL, and how do you deal with this? Now with him getting better every day, we've seen a lot of the good that the NFL can do over the course of the last few days, and just it's continued, onward and upward for DeMar Hamlin, and keep sending those thoughts and that karma to that hospital for him, man. I'm telling you, what a positive, uplifting ending to the week for him.
Yeah, and you see all the different things the NFL is. They sent a memo out because everything needs to be in a memo and allowed, right? Be in a league that will still fine you if your socks are too low or you wear the pregame spikes just a little bit too long. But the different decals and things that they're able to do on the logo, to show their solidarity and support. So good news. I saw the reports this morning. The one I saw was from Shams, of all people.
Yeah.
That's the one that hit my timeline when I opened it up this morning. I'm like, all right, the basketball guys now creeping in here. Here we go. But it's the positive news. Wherever it came from, just excited to see that, communicating with the teammates, that all the excitement, of the Bills players just saying, hey, we're hearing from our brother. How huge is this? And we know we've been chronicling it all week. Probably a bit of an exhale from T. Higgins. He's been commenting a little bit, but remember, he stayed in the hospital a couple of days. Like, that's how shook he was off of that. So hopefully a little more relief for him and his teammates who have obviously been concerned about him. So they get back to work a little bit and some semblance of more normalcy. And it's all about, degrees at this point.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards, or we could talk about how with Discover you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. I mean, talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards terms. They do apply. So with all the NFL stuff we have going on, we have a big baseball headline that broke a couple of hours ago. The Dodgers have officially cut ties with Trevor Bauer. He is put on, he was DFA'd, which means he was designated for assignment. Likely he's going to pass through and become a free agent. Bauer, who of course had been suspended, getting an unprecedented suspension following allegations of sexual assault. It was a very big story, obviously, you remember, over the course of the last couple of years. Bauer is likely going to be on, able for someone to sign him. He says he looks for stop. No one is signing this guy. No, he says I look forward to continuing my career.
I wouldn't categorically say that.
No one's gonna. He's too nuclear, Mike. He is too nuclear. He had a big suspension that gets cut down here. He is too nuclear for someone to sign him. And here's what teams are going to think of. And this is why I would look at this way, is that he is someone who during this story, no matter which side you are on, we have the story of the woman who said, listen, this was consensual and it got really rough. The sex got really rough. And he says it was consensual. He has never shown remorse at all for any of this. He has never said, listen, it got out of hand and I feel bad about this. It's been, hey, his defense from the beginning has been, this was consensual. And you see the marks on her and the marks and the bruises and what her face looked like. And I get that, okay, you're talking about consensual, but two things. One is, I could tell you, hey, hit me in the face, hit me in the face, hit me in the face, and take my car. Take my car, take my car, take my car. Hit me in the face, take my car. Hit me in the face and take my car. Guess what? The police are still going to be able to say, you hit a guy in the face and took his car. But he said it was okay. No, you still did it. So there's that part of it, that it was, okay, just because this was consensual doesn't mean something really wrong didn't happen. But what it is for me, and this should be the game for everybody, is that no matter what, with Trevor Bauer, he's still someone that could do that to a woman, right? And that's you can't get around that. He's still someone that can do that to him, that admitted that's what he did, and his defense was, hey, it was consensual. And that was the entire time it went for Trevor Bauer. He's still someone that can do that to him, and that should be game over for the rest of the teams. It's game over for me. I don't know who else says, okay, we want to get back in the Trevor Bauer business. That's going to be a really tough thing. The guy's sat out for a long time. The guy, everybody has seen this play out the way it is. I really find it difficult to find a team that's going to say, hey, we think you can come and play for us, and here's a contract to come back and pitch right away.
Yeah, and it's, look, not something that as soon as he clears waivers that I would expect a contract to be signed, but due diligence, and as the Dodgers put out in their release, here's all the investigations. Bauer's put up his reply and has been, as you said, reticent and unwilling to cop to any level of guilt in terms of it being criminal over the line. To your point about consensual, folks do a lot of things behind closed doors that you or whomever might say that's above my threshold. And again, it becomes an optics thing, right? I don't know what happened between that. That's two adults, and it went through the process. And he's at this point, he's free to pitch. So in a society of second chances usually come with some level of contrition or punishment. Well, he's got the punishment side to where he was away from the game. And so you look in the clubhouse, and a lot of reports that he was a guy that was not exactly on the inner circle of the Dodgers, and with despite reports and what he tried to put out of, hey, it was good and look forward to getting back to work, and then later on the release that it wasn't a guy that was embraced and part of an inner circle there by any stretch. I don't think that's too far to go as we talk here this evening. But as you poll team to team, there's going to be some squad, and you could probably guess a few that are pitching deficient that might be willing to take him on at a low contract.
Here's why I disagree is that you compare what went on in the NFL to Deshaun Watson. And I can understand the desperation of the Browns because a quarterback we have to find a way. And Deshaun Watson was a top 5 quarterback, and they decided, screw all the optics, screw everything else. We're going to go give him $230 million guaranteed. I disagreed. I didn't want to see him back in the league, but I get the desperation from the Browns to say, we don't have a quarterback, and we need that if we're going to go play and we're going to win. We need that. It's so hard. Trevor Bauer's not that special. I mean, he was a great pitcher, but he's not that special that teams are going to risk everything to go get him, to bring a guy into the clubhouse that the Dodgers didn't. Nobody wanted him around. How do you bring him in? How do you welcome him? How does he become part of the team? How does he not be something that distracts everybody? He's not that special. Right, he's a terrific pitcher, but is he that way? We got to upset the apple cart to go get him. I don't see it. At least, but that's the thing for Watson. I don't see it for Trevor Bauer.
But to hold out, it's like when we do the entirety. Hey, compare him to the all-time greats. Well, the Dodgers, as far as organizations goes, they're one of the benchmarks, right? There's 29 other teams. And whatever level of desperation flows off of that, right? So the fact that the Dodgers, with their veteran leadership and a clubhouse and a machine that rolls up new prospects, and as much as you wanted Bauer when you signed him, you're able to move on, pay off the money, and let go. There's other teams that could use a guy who would project as a third starter on a lot of rosters if you inserted him into.
But is he worth? Is it worth a third starter? Is that worth it for him to be a third starter?
No. But my point is, you're assuming there's going to be mass outrage and everything else. With Deshaun Watson, it was fairly quiet when he came back. I mean, if you're going to go from the barometers of things, right, there was a lot of anger and angst and what's going to happen when this guy gets back on the field.
Well, I told you it was going to happen. Nobody's going to talk about him, and that's what happened. How much was there any national conversation about Deshaun Watson when he came back? No, there was none. There was no looking ahead to him returning. What does this mean? I told you, everybody were just going to, you know what? We're just going to back away. There's other things to talk about, right? And that's why Deshaun Watson wasn't somebody, because there's other things. There's other things to talk about. He became a non-story for the bulk of the season. Now, would it have been more if the Browns were in contention? Probably a little bit more, but overall, his story was just, yeah, he's back. We're moving on. There's other things to say.
Yeah, I fully think if they were a good team, that there was still the anger, it's a lot of time for that to dissipate before he hit the field. We're angry about a lot of things in this country, right? I mean, look how quickly people got mad again. We were having our, I'd like to buy the world a Coke moment and kumbaya for 48 hours with DeMar Hamlin. And as soon as the leak came out of how the NFL was going to solve things, we were back like it was I don't know, pick your worst of people of late, the last 24 hours, if you go through timelines and some of the thought pieces that are out there. For Deshaun Watson, part of it was he came back and he stunk, so they stayed irrelevant. So there wasn't a need to point and go, ha-ha, like Nelson Muntz. Again, more Simpsons. But just the idea for Trevor Bauer to just categorically say it doesn't happen, I guess I don't trust that 29 teams all look at him and say, this is, not something that we can do categorically. There's going to be internal discussions, I think, without a doubt. And then you go to your clubhouse leaders, and one by one, you may fall away, but as they say, it only takes one.
Twitter at How About a Fresca. Mike at Swollen Dome. The Jason Smiths are with Mike Harmon live from the TireRack.com studios. Coming up next. We'll have more on the Trevor Bauer story as it develops throughout the night. Again, this is a story that's a couple of hours old right now. But straight ahead, as we look ahead to a huge final week of the regular season in the NFL, one superstar, his future with his team depends on the result of Sunday's game. Who is it? We'll tell you next right here from the TireRack.com studios, Fox.
3, 2, 1. Did you know we're always live?
Fox Sports Radio.
I'll prove it. Got a smartphone?
Check your phone real quick.
Now search FSR on the iHeartRadio app.
That's how they're doing it?
Look at that. See? I told you we're always live.
Emanating live.
Pretty cool, huh? This is Fox Sports Radio.
Do it now.
Jason Smith here, and this message is brought to you by Discover. Did you know you could reduce the number of unwanted calls and emails with online privacy protection? The latest innovation from Discover? Discover will help regularly remove your personal info, like your name and address, from 10 popular people search websites that could sell your data. And they'll do it for free. Activate in the Discover app. See terms and learn more at discover.com/online privacy protection. That's discover.com/online privacy protection.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Oh, want better visibility to get you through the winter? A new pair of premium wipers can help. Right now, you can earn a $10 bonus reward when you buy a pair of Rain X Quantum wiper blades. See better and stay safe on the road all winter long. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply. Offer available to AutoZone Rewards members.
Are you ready? Stock up and save big now, store-wide at the Lowe's Truckload event. For a limited time, save up to 50% on select tools and accessories from the brands you trust. And buy a DeWalt 12-inch dual-bevel miter saw and get an adjustable stand for free. Plus, get deals on appliances, bath, and more. Head to your local Lowe's or visit Lowe's.com to shop the Truckload event today. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Valid 12/29 through 1/11.
When you open up a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, you're unlocking potential. The potential to do your own thing. Be your own boss. Steer your own success. Blaze your own trail. Each and every Sprinter van built, designed, and equipped to let you hit the open road and take on any goal. To help you follow your passions, reawaken that spirit of adventure, check all of those big, bold, exciting experiences off your bucket list. Owning a Sprinter van lets you live, work, and play out your dreams wherever they take you. 16 body types, a choice of gas or diesel engine, thousands of ways to customize. It's capable and versatile enough to help drive your ambitions. And now you could win your own Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van customized by Gretsch RV by entering the Dan Patrick Show's Ultimate Fan Van Sweepstakes. To enter, get official rules, visit danpatrick.com for your chance to win the Sprinter van. So go ahead, now's the time. Unlock your potential inside a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van.
The music we listen to all year long. The anthems that were our soundtrack for 2022. And the stars who made the songs we love will all be celebrated.
Live from Los Angeles on Fox.
March 27th.
Let's get it started.
Be here as this year's nominees are unveiled. Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Let's talk Iowa hoops. Hey, it's Doug Wagner. We're launched into the Big Ten season, and this Sunday you can join Hawkeye Hoops great James Moses and me for the Altorfer Cat Hoops Hawkeye Huddle. We'll talk men's and women's basketball and take your calls and texts right after the conclusion of the Hawks and Scarlet Knights basketball game on News Radio 600 WMT and AM 800 KXIC.
Over 1 million plant and animal species are facing extinction. International Animal Rescue are working tirelessly to help them. This December, our world leaders meet to decide their fate, and we're asking them, are you listening? Join us at www.internationalanimalrescue.org now. And together, we can give animals a fighting chance.
If you like burritos, which you do because everyone does, you should try Taco Bell's Chipotle Ranch and Salsa Verde grilled chicken burritos. These masterpieces start with a warm flour tortilla that we stuff with grilled chicken. But the real stars here are the bold sauces, Chipotle Ranch or Salsa Verde. In fact, the chicken is the stage upon which these sauces shine. Like this mic is a stage for me to spotlight my theatrical range. 2 chicken burritos, 2 bold flavors, $2 each. Order on the Taco Bell app. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra while supplies last.
And now for today's Roblox winter weather alert. iHeartland on Roblox has been walloped by a winter snowstorm. It is a winter wonderland. You can now ice skate at State Farm Park. In State Farm Neighborhood, you can compete in snowball fights, grab a hot cocoa and cookies, and more. There's also special events from your favorite artists and podcasters all month, along with scavenger hunts, exclusive content, and unique items. So enjoy the festive winter weather at iHeartland on Roblox. Head to iHeartRadio.com/iHeartland today.
AM 800 KXIC.
Still a tingle in the dingle. Some shows just know how to have fun. And Steve Covino and Rich Davis know a thing or two about having fun.
No, you should have the nervous fart.
So join the party.
Like, I've cried one time in the past 10 plus years.
Put in your diaper, sports baby.
It's Covino and Rich. Having fun.
This is going to be fun.
We all look sillier than ever.
It's what we do here.
Weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
AM 800 KXIC.
People have spoken, and they love our lineup. We're the best! Colin Cowherd, Dan Patrick, LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, Jonas Knox, Doug Gottlieb, Ben Maller.
Listen to these names.
Rob Parker, Chris Broussard, Covino and Rich, Jason Smith, and Mike Harmon.
Boom!
We're always on, from the mornings to the late nights. We are Fox Sports Radio, the premier sports lineup in the nation.
B-E-S-T.
The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Wow.
You can see him on The Herd, weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app.
Fox Sports Radio, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon. We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards, or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. I mean, talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards terms. They do apply. Well, before we get to a big story out of the NFL, Mike Harmon, Carlos Alcaraz will not be playing in the Australian Open. The number 1 player in the world is out with an injury. This means, of course, that TJ, none of the other players will have to worry about it. There will be no escape from Alcaraz to try to win the Australian Open.
Nicely done. There you go. You got one in.
None of the players' title chances will be held prisoner by Alcaraz as they play in the Australian Open.
All right, get the hell out of here.
Why don't you grab a shark-infested waters alongside Alcaraz?
I hope the shark eats you.
The haunted cells of Alcaraz.
All day for
He
that.
haunts your dreams as you try to prepare for playing him in the finals.
You know, the other night, TJ, I watched that great movie with Michael Keaton, Birdman. Speaking of the Birdman, from Alcaraz, we get to something else in the world of sports. TJ. Wow.
Well, I thought you were going to go Birdman from the Nuggets.
No, I was going to go Birdman, the old cartoon. Birdman.
There you go. Nicely done.
I just wish there were more Alcatraz lines I could have with this. There's not many. I mean, there's only so many you can have.
Hey, why don't you go tell Alan?
So there is a quarterback who just so happens to be in the news today for 2 different reasons. One, his future with his team is on the line depending on the outcome of Sunday's game. And also, he could be dating a multi-billion-dollar heiress. Aaron Rodgers and Mallory Eden, who, of course, rose to fame when she was the Bucks representative at the 2014 NBA draft lottery, are dating, according to many gossip sites. They've been together at games before. How many times have you seen, here's Aaron Rodgers sitting next to Mallory Edens and somebody else? And when I saw the story today that they're dating, I'm like, that's news? I mean, I thought they were.
I assumed that. Yeah, exactly.
I assumed that they're not sitting together at games. Hey, you know what? Let's go to the game. We're buddies. Let's go out.
I mean, they are co-owners. I mean, so, you got that going on for you.
Yeah, but I always
So they might have been talking about strategy. Yeah. And by strategy, I mean, Buck's strategy. Come on, you pervert.
Well, the strategy, supposedly, according to the reports, is that she wants to have a higher public profile, and dating Aaron Rodgers is going to help her do that. And I thought
not a bad strategy.
I'm like, why didn't I do that? That should have been my strategy the whole time. No.
And now they're banging each other.
No. There's some, why couldn't I date someone to give me a higher public profile? And don't say Pete Davidson. I mean, that's
Pete Davidson.
It was, now I'm older, I'm married, I have a kid, I'm a kid. But when I was younger, that should have been my thing, man. I should have dated Sharon Stone or somebody like that. It would have worked. And, man.
Not when you're handing out Mets hats, Mike.
No.
I would say this, though, Justin and Jason. I mean, you do live in Los Angeles. And as we know, there's a lot of stuff, the rules just are within your own home. So have a nice talk with Pam and say you really need some clout.
Hey, yes or no? When you guys interviewed Ronda Rousey when I couldn't make it, and you said, would you go out on a date with a guy who likes the Mets? Did she or did she not say, sure, he could talk to me about baseball?
She didn't say
about
you,
the Mets?
though.
Yes, but she said a guy.
No, it was all theoretical.
But I got game, man. I mean, I got triple-double game. I mean, she
if we could have put in one of those helmets like they had that Batman movie that they put on Jim Carrey invented as the Riddler, that, you could see what people were thinking.
Dude, the second a female sees you attack the nacho bowl out of the helmet, the nacho helmet, it's over.
No, that's love, man. Are you kidding? Hey, I got you your own nacho bowl. Oh, because you love me? No, because I don't want you having any of mine, so I got you your own nacho bowl. You stay there. You're the regular nacho bowl. Mine's the special one with extra cheese, a little bit less olives, a little bit more sour cream on the side, guacamole on the side.
And when I say your own, I mean just till I eat my first one, you can hold that.
And I have a tradition here, is what you tell her. We always wear the helmets out. So I want to see how well you clean your plate.
You beat that, then you put that helmet right on your head, and then you'll see the cheese just dripping down your face. Who is Ronda Rousey at the game with? What is going on here? She's got cheese all over her. Oh, it's Jason Smith. Oh, no, that's all we need to know. That's all we need to know.
To clear it up to everybody who didn't listen to that interview, though, I don't think she really knew what the Mets were, to be honest with you.
But she was open to.
She just figured a baseball team. She didn't really put two and two together. I don't think she knew who the Mets were.
She said, we ran it in the Open forever. The Open. Hey, yeah, you can teach me about baseball. Sure, why not?
She said it because we asked it in the question. Correct, Mike?
It was all theoretical, and we've done everything we could to back away from anything that would have described the kid.
She heard about
in her mind, it was someone who was a 6'4", strapping lad who might have, maybe run roughshod on a gridiron or maybe been in the ring himself at some point and happened to be a Mets fan.
No, she heard about me. But when women hear about me, it's like when NBA fans hear about Victor Wembanyama. Oh, he's so good. Oh, my God, I haven't seen a lot of him, but I hear he's so good. He's so awesome. He's going to be the number one pick in the draft. Look at what he does. He's from France. He's out here. That's how the reaction from me is.
That's what people say? Jason's from France?
That's exactly what they know. That reaction is just like that, though. He's just like that. He is the to women, he is the French version of him. That's me right there.
Well, we already had that guy in the NBA. His name is Bol.
Spike Lee called me and said, hey, I want to do a sequel to He Got Game, and I want to call it Jason Got Game. And I was like, sure, but we could never figure things out because, the show was every night. I had no time to really film it.
It makes sense, but nobody told me.
So while Aaron Rodgers is dating, allegedly, quote, Mallory Edens.
And by the way, remember, we're the ones that brought her to everybody's household in America that night of the draft. You guys remember that?
We were responsible.
We were on
for
top of that, if you know what I mean.
Hey now.
Wow, it's early for that, Justin.
Well, I mean, it is 10:33
It's Friday
on the
night,
East
Jason.
Coast. People are out. It's
You
it's
were just
Friday
talking about
night.
dating Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but no, I wasn't. No, stop.
Well, chasing clout by dating someone like Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
yeah, we
is that
were
what he
talking.
said?
We had Ronda Rousey involved. We had Sharon Stone. Pete Davidson. All right. So while this is happening, and maybe this is why Aaron Rodgers now maybe want to stay with the Green Bay Packers. Oh, maybe I'll stay now because Mallory Eden's and she's 26 and is a billionaire. She's got more money than I have.
We could stink for half a season and still potentially make the playoffs. It helps too.
I'll tell you this: his future with the Packers depends on the outcome of Sunday's game. If he's with them next year or he's on another team. It's crazy, but it comes to what happens on Sunday. Because already you've seen the drama with Aaron Rodgers. Nothing has changed. He even said this week, well, I don't know what's going on. Still with the mystery with Aaron Rodgers. Oh, Aaron, the mystery. Again with the mystery.
What's he going to say? You know what? This is it.
What are you asking me
If I win, we stick around. If I lose, I'll see him in hell. What's he gonna say?
Hey, I'm not thinking about that. Let's worry. I'm worried about the game on Sunday. We can get in the playoffs after a really bad start, but no, because this is who he wants to be, and he still wants to stick it to Green Bay. Now, the talk of Rodgers and the trade of where he could be, yes, there is a way around the money. Oh, but the dead cap it doesn't matter. There's a way around the money. We wouldn't be talking about Rodgers potentially moving on if there wasn't a way to figure it out. If the Packers win, they make the playoffs, regardless of the outcome, things are still going in the right direction, right? Okay, we're still an elite team. We signed Aaron Rodgers. We have to make some changes, obviously going in with the rookie wide receiving core we did this year. That didn't work. Let's make some changes. Maybe we'll go out and get him a weapon or two, whatever it is. But it is still working. You don't make the playoffs, and suddenly it's not working. We went from the NFC Championship game to we couldn't even make the playoffs. We're not getting better. Let's pull the plug. And Jordan Love is our guy, and we're going to recalibrate and redo things. And Aaron Rodgers is on another team, and we're going to get draft picks and worry about getting out from the money. It's weird to say that, but that's good. That's going to be the case. It should, of course, it should be more than, well, is it really going to come down to one game? No, it shouldn't. But this is the direction of the franchise. You can say it's going in the right direction. We're good if you win and go to the playoffs. But if not, it's not working, man. You're going to lose again at home on a Sunday night to the Lions when you should win this game by 3 touchdowns. I don't care how good the Lions are. It's not working. If the Packers win Sunday, Aaron Rodgers is a Packer. If the Packers lose Sunday, Aaron Rodgers is on another team next year. It all comes down to the result of that game.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I didn't think he was leaving for a couple of years. He's still in a Packers uniform. I still have an unopened bottle of champagne in my fridge. So, ergo, the song remains the same. Look, you had a bad offensive line, a lot of injuries. Love Bakhtiari when he's able to play. And whenever we say when he's able to play, that means he's done. So we move on and we get a better offensive line. You got another year with those young receivers. Maybe you're able to go out into the marketplace via the draft or, second round or later, of course. Or you grab a player in free agency that wants to come along and you make that happen. And the defense, yeah, the schedule's been a little more friendly to them of late, but they're getting healthy defensively and showing out more in line with the defense we thought we had coming into the season. It's been a far from perfect season after a couple of 13-win campaigns and playoff disasters, and we've certainly taken to task here on the show. I've given them no inch. I was the leader of the postseason Jag status for Aaron Rodgers, but the reality is, on a week-to-week basis, you're still a guy that can make noise, and you've got your running backs, you've got a number of young pieces that look like they're ready to fit the bill. You're not going anywhere. You're going anywhere. You can keep owning Chicago and the rest of that division. I don't care if you win, lose, or draw. You might fight Dan Campbell on the way back to the locker room because he wants to get in front of you to go streaking through the quad. But the fact of the matter is, you've got the best setup there, and now you have Mallory. Mallory loves me.
He may want to change, but it may not be up to him now. It may be, you know what, now we're trading you. Now we're moving on. Now I don't care what you say. Now we're moving on. It didn't get better. We didn't have a season where it was, now we're moving on. Right? As where it was up to him. Now it's not up to him as much. He likes to think it's up to him. Is he going to retire? It's not quite up to. He's got the contract now. He's got everything. Okay, and this is not working. It's more up to the Packers. And they did it with Brett Favre. They pulled the plug on him and said, "Okay, Aaron Rodgers, it's your team." They did it before. Watch them. If you lose, Dan Campbell could change the course of the NFL forever with a win on Sunday night. Dan Campbell, Mike Harmon.
He'll bite your knee off.
Well, I mean, he is America's hero right now.
Let's find out what's trending right now in the wide world of sports from America's other hero. Special delivery Steve DeSager with what's trending. What do you got, Steve?
Well, the big Dodger news from tonight that you referenced earlier, the team announcing that pitcher Trevor Bauer will no longer be a part of their organization. He'll be designated for assignment. And longtime baseball writer Bob Nightingale wrote in USA Today tonight that the Dodgers plan to cut ties with Bauer all along. They never wanted to see him in a Dodger uniform again. Still, they thought they owed him the courtesy of speaking to him directly. So yesterday, Dodger execs flew to Phoenix, met privately with Trevor Bauer to decide if he deserved another chance. The Dodgers owe Bauer about $22 million this season anyway, so they decided it was worth finding out whether he deserved any consideration of remaining in the organization. First time they've spoken to him in the 18 months since he was placed on paid administrative leave. According to Nightingale, quote, the Dodger officials declined to go into details of their conversation yesterday, but privately revealed that they didn't hear any remorse, any apologies, or anything in the slightest from Trevor Bauer to change their mind.
Sounds about right.
So they reconvened in L.A., decided this morning that Bauer would never again put on a Dodger uniform. He can officially become a free agent next Friday, and a club could sign Bauer for $700,000. And yes, Carlos Alcaraz, ranked number 1 in men's tennis, will miss the Australian Open with a leg injury. The tournament begins in 10 days. At the PGA's Tournament of Champions in Hawaii, Colin Morikawa leads after the second round by 2 strokes. Now to the NBA. Charlotte, with a record of 10-29, dominated at Milwaukee tonight. 138-109 the final. The Hornets led after the first quarter, 51-28. The Clippers are apparently going to lose their 5th game in a row. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George not playing tonight, and at Minnesota, it's the Timberwolves 92-72 over the Clippers late in the third quarter. The late game about to start with the Lakers and LeBron James hosting Atlanta. New York got a win at Toronto, 112-108. Julius Randle, 32 points. And Chicago was victorious at Philadelphia, 126-112. Zach LaVine, 41 points for the Bulls. From three-point range, he was 11 for 13. 2 quarterback items from the NFL. Ravens, Lamar Jackson, out again this weekend with the knee injury. And Philadelphia's Jalen Hurts, who's had the bad shoulder, should be available Sunday. He's listed as questionable. Hurts was limited in practice this week. Back to you.
Thanks a bunch, Steve.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, what do you got, Frostberg?
So I don't know if you heard that score in there, but Charlotte dominated the Bucks, guys, which means the Bucks are now 0-1 since Aaron Rodgers has been dating Mallory Eden.
It's the curse of Aaron Rodgers. Now they're going to have to trade him. But we got to get him out. We got to win games. We got to win. Giannis says he wants Aaron Rodgers out. So
I mean, he already does own the Bears. He might as well go there.
He's out. We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards, or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. I mean, talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms, they do apply. Well, coming up next, one big-time NFL head coach says, no, I'm committed to staying here and seeing this out next season.
I'm not going 7-9.
It's not Jeff Fisher. But I'm going to tell you why he should leave and leave fast. That's coming up next. Jason Smith and my best friend Mike Harmon, live from the TireRack.com studios, Fox.
That's Hacksaw Jim Harmon to you.
Give me things I don't understand.
Every year, someone you know has a New Year's resolution.
Guilty, but not me.
Well, good for them. But we pass.
That's right.
We don't need a resolution. We don't need to change anything.
Why?
Because we kick ass, and we know it.
Yeah.
Why would we change that?
I probably won't change.
This is Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Jason Smith. Football weather's here. Freezing temps, sleet, snow, and ice. Are your tires ready to tackle winter's worst? The experts at TireRack.com will get your vehicle ready for prime time. They sell tires that dominate winter like the Yokohama Ice Guard. Go to TireRack.com/sports. Tell them what you drive. They'll show you winter tires that are a perfect fit. Test results, tire ratings, consumer reviews, all the stats you need to make the right call. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And Doug. Hey, listener. Welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it.
There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's Doug, but Limu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Limu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Inflation. Compensation.
Yeah.
Listen here to win $1,000 to kick off your Money 23. Happening now.
Sponsored by the Hazy Hideaway, the best place in Iowa for locally blown glass, vape, hookah, and smoking supplies.
Hey, this is Peter Schrager from the NFL Network's morning show, Good Morning Football. You've also seen me on NFL Sidelines and in studio for Fox Sports on Sunday. Well, I've got a new podcast with iHeart in the NFL, and we're calling it The Season with Peter Schrager. In each episode of this season, I'm going to empty my proverbial notebook and take you inside and behind the scenes on the conversations that happen at the highest levels of NFL franchises. Listen to The Season with Peter Schrager on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Macy's one-day sale now with great deals of the day to kick off the new year. Like $59.99 cashmere, 40% off designer booties and handbags you'll love. And spruce up your bedroom with comforter sets, 55 to 65% off. Plus get contact-free curbside pickup or pickup in store. Now at Macy's one-day sale. Details at Macys.com/pickup. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs. You just bought a home in the suburbs, but no one told you about all the birds, specifically this one, who seems to be calling out Roy. Roy. But who exactly is Roy? And why doesn't he ever respond? Maybe Roy is just bird speak for save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto. I guess until Roy answers, we'll never know. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided in service by affiliates and third-party insurers.
AM 800 KXIC.
10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is The Odd Couple.
Mic check.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
When you look at these NBA numbers, it's easier than ever to score in the NBA. Chris Broussard could have a double-double with 15 points and 10 rebounds.
I do think I could go for 4 points in today's NBA.
I might even get a basket if Nancy Lieberman is guarding me. This is what we talk about, and I'm not being, hey, you kids, get off my lawn guy. You got to take all these things with a grain of salt. You just do. The game has changed. The NFL with all these passing, all these quarterbacks with 5,000 yards. It doesn't mean that they're not.
Compare Joe Montana's numbers to Justin Herbert.
Do not compare.
And it's not because they weren't as good. The rules are so different.
And the same thing here in the NBA.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
AM 800 KXIC.
Are we blowing up socially?
Why?
It's because of you.
Uh-oh.
You want the videos on our YouTube channel? Just search for Fox Sports Radio.
Yes, I know.
You want to comment on our tweets?
Tweet? Now I can tweet what I want to.
At Fox Sports Radio. And you want us in your timeline. You need us in your timeline.
Don't forget, you can follow us on social media.
That's why we're blowing up socially on Fox Sports Radio. FS1. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1.
One more time.
Fox Sports Radio, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon. We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards, or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. I mean, talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards terms. They do apply. Well, as we head to week 18, we have big-time NFL playoff scenarios and situations. We've got a lot of NFL coming up next hour, but this story, I feel like this is someone who needs a push to make a big decision. Rams head coach Sean McVay today was asked about, hey, your future. Remember last year the Rams win the Super Bowl, and he had talked about, I can't do, if I do this till I'm 60, I'm going to die. I can't do it. I need a break. And, you know, the NFL and broadcast partners would be very interested in Sean McVay being an analyst, and that's something that certainly has been a big topic of conversation. But the whole run it back, and so Sean McVay came back. And now the Rams, the worst defending Super Bowl champion in the last 30 years in the NFL, the question is coming up again, hey, Sean McVay, you sticking around? And he said, yeah, I appreciate that, but my focus is here. My focus is with the Rams, and I'm living in the moment, and we're trying to get this thing fixed and move on to where we were at and get it back to where we were. I got to tell you this, Mike Harmon. This is where he needs someone to walk in and say, dude, go to TV. Go to TV. It's not going to get better for the Rams at any point in the next couple of years. You have older players with really bad contracts. The biggest one is Matthew Stafford. You don't have the draft picks to replenish the roster. It's time to pay, right? The F them pick strategy and philosophy was awesome, and it worked and it was great. It was a huge success, and it changed the NFL. 2 Super Bowls in 5 years, including 1 championship, right? It worked, but eventually you're going to have to wind up paying. Not every guy you sign is going to be great. Not every free agent signing you make is going to be a big decision. It's going to be a big difference maker. Oh, we thought Allen Robinson. No, Allen Robinson was terrible. Some of those guys you sign are not going to pan out. When that happens, this is where you are. You are an aging roster. You're not going to get better. You have a lot of money tied up in older guys. This is where, if you're Sean McVay, dude, go to TV. Go to TV, have fun for a year or two talking on TV, and then come back and coach the Cowboys or the Steelers or the Jets. Or stuff. Just go for a couple of years, because right now, you stay with the Rams, it ain't going to get any better.
Well, I think the hard part is, we talked about it coming into the year. You had a couple of years of great health where everything worked and all the big bets paid off. And you wouldn't trade that for anything. It was blessed, got to hang out a little bit. Guys were in the neighborhood from AM 570, so did a couple of minutes with Fred Rogan and Rodney Peete. And we got into it a little at the end with Jared Goff and playing for meaningful stakes on Sunday night. And I was like, I like Jared Goff, but you're not taking away that title, right? You're not looking that away. You sold your soul, and now you have to dig yourself back out. I thought the interesting part for McVay was on the back end of that quote, but at some point too, if you said, what do you want to be able to do? I want to be able to have a family, and I want to be able to spend time with them. So the writing's on the wall. It's just a matter of, is it after this season, like Jason Cole suggested with us a few weeks ago, I should say. That's what he was hearing. And folks got all mad, calling it hot take nonsense and clickbait, whatever. It's like, no, just go read that Sean McVay quote. It's there. It's in the offing. It's just a matter of whether it's the 2022-23 offseason or sometime in the near future. If I'm a betting man, I'd say it is definitely in the cards right now, because you do have a long timeline to be able to cobble it together. You have no idea if Matthew Stafford's coming back, and with no quarterback in the fold, unless you really are a Baker Mayfield truther, that you're looking at a squad that is devoid of top-notch talent. Cooper Kupp's going to come back. Is he going to be the same guy? Aaron Donald has already dipped his toe in the retirement, talk world as well. So you got a squad that's in upheaval and not really a lot of cash nor draft picks to go make anything happen. So sure, it's an easy flow. Trade him out. Sean Payton finds his way back to the NFL, not necessarily in Los Angeles.
The thing is, you say Matthews don't know if he's coming back. He's got a lot of money. He may threaten to come back. Hey, I want to come back. Wait. Let's figure something out now. So he's not just going to retire and say, I'm walking away. He may, no. I'm going to play because, I got a lot of money coming here. So if you don't want me here anymore, we can figure something out, but I get paid here. I mean, I'm not going to walk away and not get paid.
No, it's well within his right? That's part of the thing of being able to hold him up to say, hey, you signed me to this massive extension. I'm going to take every dime of that from you that I can. I got you a Super Bowl, damn it. You can't take that away.
Hey, Jason, he can always go to the Jets and back up Zach Wilson.
He could do that. He could. You know what? Let's get Clayton Kershaw on the line and find out because they went to high school together. I don't know if people know that.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Let's get Clay. Yeah. Harmon, you get that? That's correct, right? They went to high school together.
I think that's all just Wikipedia. We should check the sources of things.
Twitter at How About a Fresca. Mike gets Swollen Dome. The Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon. Hey, speaking of quarterbacks, and yes, one of them, Zach Wilson. Again, there's big stuff on him today.
QB1.
Coming up next, two quarterbacks in the news for two completely different reasons, but both of them have big things coming up for them. That's next with Fox.
I can't figure it out.
We are Fox Sports.
When you open up a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, you're unlocking potential. The potential to do your own thing. Be your own boss. Steer your own success. Blaze your own trail. Each and every Sprinter van built, designed, and equipped to let you hit the open road and take on any goal. To help you follow your passions, reawaken that spirit of adventure, check all of those big, bold, exciting experiences off your bucket list. Owning a Sprinter van lets you live, work, and play out your dreams wherever they take you. 16 body types, a choice of gas or diesel engine. Thousands of ways to customize. It's capable and versatile enough to help drive your ambitions. And now you could win your own Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van customized by Gretsch RV by entering the Dan Patrick Show's Ultimate Fan Van Sweepstakes. To enter, get official rules, visit danpatrick.com for your chance to win the Sprinter van. So go ahead, now's the time. Unlock your potential inside a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van.
Is it getting harder to find new customers? After all, it's one thing to run a business and another to grow it, especially these days. But what if you had access to everyone listening to me right now? Access to all the customers in your area. As the #1 audio company in America, iHeartMedia gives you access to all the customers you need to grow at a fraction of the cost of digital, video, and social advertising, with experts ready to craft your message fast. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Over 1 million plant and animal species are facing extinction. International Animal Rescue are working tirelessly to help them. This December, our world leaders meet to decide their fate, and we're asking them, are you listening? Join us at www.internationalanimalrescue.org now, and together we can give animals a fighting chance.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
No one has the same taste as you.
Damn right.
From the music you love to the podcasts you can't live without. And only the iHeartRadio app has it all for free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio. AM 800 KXIC.
With Colin Cowherd.
Favre and Aaron Rodgers are not the same person, but they're becoming the same Green Bay quarterback. You've seen those commercials, those Progressive insurance commercials where, you start becoming your parents. They're actually very, very funny. Aaron's becoming Favre, whether he wants to be it or not. He's getting kind of rigid. He doesn't want to change certain things. Favre got very rigid. I don't want to learn a new offense. Aaron's like, I want Randall Cobb and my 70-year-old quarterback coach. They're becoming the same guy. And I've always called this the Green Bay Packer quarterback syndrome. In Green Bay, the quarterback runs the franchise. If Aaron keeps mentioning, I don't know if I'm going to play, the team that gets him doesn't have to give up many picks. Because Aaron's not going to go play for a crappy team. He'll just retire. Tennessee's the team I put out there.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Make the Babaganoo! Ben Maller has a way with words.
I've got battery salesman, action figure, and Juicy Lucy.
He has all the ingredients for the Babaganoosh.
Oh my God, no! Ah!
And Ben Maller is the king of the late nights.
And we're going to make the Babaganoosh. We're going to make the Babaganoosh.
This is the Ben Maller Show. And you can hear him right here. Weeknights, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific. On Fox Sports Radio. Mornings on FS1. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp go head-to-head on the day's hottest sports topics. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Weekdays at 9:30 Eastern
Hawkeye
on
Sports
FS1
and
the
Fox
Fox
Sports.
app.
AM 800 KXIC Iowa City. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting.
And here's what you need to know.
In the NBA right now at Denver, Nikola Jokic close to a triple-double. Just starting the fourth quarter, Nuggets lead Cleveland 96-82, and it looks like the Clippers will suffer a fifth straight loss. 10 minutes to go at Minnesota. Timberwolves ahead of the Clips 106-83. LA's Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are out tonight. Chicago's Zach LaVine had 41 points in a victory at Philadelphia. Brooklyn's Kevin Durant 33 points in a win at New Orleans. And New York's Julius Randle scored 32 in a win at Toronto. College hoops, Cal has beaten Stanford 92-70. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts with his bad shoulder should be available Sunday, listed as questionable. Ravens QB Lamar Jackson is out again this weekend with his knee injury. There are 2 NFL games tomorrow. The Dodgers announced that pitcher Trevor Bauer will no longer be a part of their organization. He'll be designated for assignment. I'm Steve DeSager.
Fire up the trumpets. This is the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. And looks like Edwin Diaz is coming into the game. Or just another way to get the Mets some airtime. It's not like this show doesn't talk about them enough. So, here are some drops about trumpets.
I used to play the trumpet.
And Edwin Diaz.
You're not dancing in the stands. Check your pulse.
Now, from the TireRack.com Fox Sports Radio studios, with a very patient Mike Harmon, here's Edwin Diaz. Or Jason Smith.
Tell Allen that the Mets suck.
Okay. Tell Allen the Mets might not get Carlos
Tell
Correa.
Allen.
They're
We're live from the TireRack.com studios. TireRack.com will help you get there. An unmatched selection, fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, over 10,000 recommended installers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Yeah, look, Harm, I saw today, the Mets may not get Carlos Correa. They're a little upset with him. He's talking to another team. The Twins are back involved. You know, I don't care. We'll just go get somebody else. We'll just go buy
somebody
whatever else.
Bauer.
if we don't get it, not that guy. No. We'll go buy whatever else we need. It's okay. Oh, I look at it this way. Hey, if we have him, great. If not, we save $330 million. We can go spread it around to other people. It's all good.
That is a fair point. I mean,
Doesn't
look,
matter.
it means you're going to have to work that much harder to get to that $1 billion spent because you're really kind of creeping towards that. What was it, 822? But he did make an estimated $1.7 billion a year ago. So plenty of money to be spent.
Did he pay taxes, Mike?
I haven't seen how much he wrote off because, look, there's
Something's
what
going
your
on
tax rate should be versus, what you're able to write off and depreciation and all of those fun things. Some fuzzy math, as we talk about in accounting, to get yourself down to what your real tax rate is. And certainly from a corporation perspective, you can always hide it in the other monies. I mean, he's going to learn from the other baseball owners really fast. That's what they've been doing for years, right? Mm-hmm. They got all this money from TV, yet they claim they're in the red. How does this work?
I'm just saying, as a Dodger fan, guys, the IRS might want to look into it.
No, they're fine. IRS is fine. Just listen.
I know the IRS is fine.
You're saving all your money for Ohtani. Okay, I know that's what you're doing. You're saving all your money for Ohtani next year. That's what the that can only be why the Dodgers are just sitting everything out now. We're not getting anybody.
And you know how much shorter it's going to take you to get into Angel Stadium without Ohtani?
Yeah, it's true. Oh, we'll be able to drive right onto the field. There's a car in center field. Oh no, it's Jason's car. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Yeah, listen. Just try not to run into it, Mike Trout. Okay, just try to make that catch somehow. I know it's not perfect, but hey, we got to let people park somewhere if they're coming to the game now. We don't have Ohtani anymore.
Yeah, but even before Ohtani, I mean, they still drew. Now it's a question of Mike Trout and his long-term viability. But then they'll find one guy. It's just a matter of putting a team together that matters. That's the thing. They always have a guy that you kind of like, and you have a location whereby you have tons and tons of people from across the globe coming to visit just down the road. And so including a home game as a break in the action is not a hard thing to do.
Mike, Chuck Finley's not walking through that door again.
Chuck Finley.
Are we going to start talking about 80s videos like we did 90s yesterday then? If you're going to bring up Chuck Finley?
So listen. So what? We'll wait. If they get Carlos Correa, great. If they don't, it doesn't matter.
Who else is out there though? There's nobody out there. Who do you get? Justin Turner just signed. You're not getting him back.
Ohtani now. Hey, we're gonna get Ohtani.
You know what? It's funny you bring up Justin Turner.
That's all.
I miss him. You want to talk about a guy who took his sweet ass time of putting out his statement of thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, here's all the talk about. Screw that. You know what?
Even DeGrom's statement of thanks came faster than that.
No. But look, the timing here was just impeccable. Talking about Bauer and going away and getting released and the team saying, no, nobody said you're coming back. We did you a courtesy and we talked. So, you can talk about that. And he said, team said kind of thing. And Justin Turner puts his notice out going, you know what, it was really great to be part of an organization, and he name checks everybody down through the years. Sandy Koufax and Vince Scully, and then names a bunch of his Dodger teammates over the last decade, goes all the way through. I'm going to miss L.A. We've done a lot of good work. I've met a lot of good people, all of those things. And basically said, let's put the focus where it should be, on the good guys that help lead this organization for a long time. I love you all. We'll see you later. So the news dump by the MLB got trumped by Justin Turner doing one of his own.
So more when the Mets make that decision, we'll figure. When the Mets get
they might have a mystery player.
Yeah,
like the White Sox are the mystery team.
They could be they need to be America's mystery team again to try to get this happen with Correa. But I'm in a much better mood today when I look at my sports future than I was a couple of days ago. Right, because you think the drama is over, and this is like the end of the horror movie when you think Jason is dead, and you step over, and the first person to step over his body is fine, and the second person steps over his body, nope, here he is, he's up, he's grabbing you. Because just when you thought all the drama was over and the Jets and Zach Wilson would go into the offseason, okay, Zach stinks. No. We get new drama today as Mike White has been ruled out of the season finale against the Dolphins. The Dolphins still have big-time playoff hopes. They're starting Skylar Thompson because they have no choice because Teddy Bridgewater is banged up and Tua Tagovailoa is still the concussion situation. So now it's going to be Skylar Thompson against Joe Flacco.
Let's go.
It is not going to be Zach Wilson to play for the Jets
The
this
toilet
week in
bowl.
Week 18. The Jets have decided to go with Joe Flacco. Why? Well, listen to head coach Robert Saleh.
Again, it's more, give Joe this opportunity, but also with Zach, you call it coach's decision. I want to stay firm with him and make sure that he gets to attack this offseason. And I just want to get him to the offseason so we can start and attack the plan that we've been building. Putting him out there right now, I just don't. It's not going to do him any good. It's not going to do anyone any good. For him, for Zach, it's all about 23.
We're going to attack the plan we're building, which means a new quarterback. We're attacking. When I heard
start
this
singing
today,
ABBA's Under Attack.
When I heard this today, I knew, okay, all my nervousness about the Jets are going to run it back with Zach Wilson and they're going to go get Jimmy Garoppolo. No, that this is just lip service. And Robert Saleh only knows one speed when it comes to his players. I'm going to defend them all the way to the end. Right? He doesn't know how to nuance things yet. It's always, my players are great. I have their backs all the time. Because if you don't go to Zach Wilson now, the season is over. Mike White can't play. If you're serious about making Zach Wilson a better quarterback, why don't you give him another game? Why don't you get him out there and get him more reps so he can get another full game playing quarterback? Why would you not put him out there? Because you can't. You can't put him out there because the team will revolt, and they know we are moving on from Zach Wilson. We're not going to be in the Zach Wilson business in the offseason. He's lost the locker room. He has lost trust in the coaches. And the bottom line is Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas are heading into a season where they got to win. Right? They got to win next year, right? Last season was terrible, but it was the first year. The first half of this year was great. The second half was absolutely awful. So they know going into next year, we got to win. And you're really going to go into the offseason going, I am going to hedge my bets for my job that Zach Wilson gets better? No, of course not. The fact they're not putting him out there when he can gain invaluable experience, and instead we're going to let Joe Flacco start another game, this tells me they have moved on. Everything from Robert Saleh is lip service, and this is what we're going to get now. The Jets are going to play this game, move into the offseason, and figure out quarterback, and they'll go make a phone call for Lamar Jackson. Now go make a phone call for Kyler Murray or Justin Fields. Go make calls for those guys. Go get a big-time quarterback. Now I see it's all lip service. It's the only speed Saleh knows, but not starting Zach Wilson, that's huge. You know that he has no future. He's done, and the Jets are moving on in the offseason.
Seemed like it could have been a nice opportunity to say, hey, the Dolphins still have something to play for. So, Zach, go show me what you can do. See if you can rally the team around you to make this happen. And I think in the room, as LaFleur kind of laid out, right, earlier this week, the blame everybody else but me situation is that he's not that guy. And he's not ready, which is why they are going to do everything they can to attack this offseason with a ferocity unseen. Oh, wait, that's the Jim Harbaugh speech about attacking things with a ferocity unforeseen and unseen in the history of the National Football League. Because the Dolphins lose, and they need to beat the Jets and the Bills to beat the Patriots to get to the playoffs, right? So you still have that chance. You still have the opportunity to play spoiler. I wish he just said that. Zach, we've got the long-term plan, but right now, Joe Flacco gives us the best chance to blank over the Dolphins. How about that? It would have been the tough talk that you'd gotten used to him trying to be. Instead, he's trying to couch his opinion of the quarterback of the present and future by saying, here's the placeholder, Joe Flacco, getting to be elite one more time. Joe's done everything he's done this year for us, and he's been a good third guy and mentor, so we thought we'd let him get beat up in the finale. What else? There's a million ways you can couch this instead of we're attacking 2023. Well, 2022's not over yet. This game may not have meaning to your playoff lives, but you still have an opportunity to spin it that there's a value to this game, and he failed to do that on any level.
But here's what I fear for Sunday, right? This is my thing for Sunday, because I feel better. I know. Okay, now I know the Jets aren't going to be in the Zach world. They have to win next year. They know, but I know what's going to happen because this is how it's going to go for the Jets. Something's going to happen on Sunday, and Zach Wilson's going to get in the game because he's the second string quarterback this week. He's going to get in the game, and he's going to make a horrendous play or two, and I can see it happening like I can see the computer in front of me. He's going to get in the game, he's going to play horribly, and this would be a fitting ending for Zach Wilson and the Jets if this is how it goes. Some kind of play where he can lead him on a game-winning drive, but he gets sacked and the ball pops up in the air and one of the defensive linemen takes it and runs for a touchdown. Just some kind of embarrassing thing is going to happen.